Columbus River Dragons took Game 1 of the Continental Division semifinal series 7-4 on Wednesday night, thanks in large part to winning the special teams battle. Now the scene shifts to Athens for Friday night's Game 2. Can Columbus close out the series, or will Athens force a deciding Game 3 on Saturday night? River Dragons, Rock Lobsters, coming up right now. Hello everyone and welcome in once again. It's time for Columbus River Dragons hockey. I'm Tom Callahan and it's Game 2 tonight from Athens, Georgia. The Rock Lobsters hosting the River Dragons. Columbus with a chance to punch their ticket to the next round with a victory here tonight. And Athens hoping to extend the series to a third and deciding game tomorrow night here at Akins Ford Arena. Back on Wednesday, Game 1 in Columbus. Well, the River Dragons jumped out to a pretty big lead a couple of times in the game. It was 3-0. It was also 6-2, but Athens fought back. And the Rock Lobsters made it a contest in the third period, but the River Dragons were able to get one extra goal in there. It went to 6-4, and then in the third period, things kind of not calmed down, but clamped down, I would say, as the chances traded not nearly as frequently as they were in the first two periods. And it also helped that there were no power plays given out in the third period for either side, and so it was a little bit harder to come by those scoring chances, and Columbus was able to hold the fort and get a late empty net power play goal from Alex Storjahan to cement the win. Speaking of Storjahan, 2 goals, 4 points in that win, first star honors in the game. Absolutely deservedly so for him. And Columbus comes into this game off that 7-goal outburst, knowing that the offense was there. Also winning the special teams battle, as I mentioned in the open, by going 3 for 5 on the power play and 6 for 7 on the penalty kill. So Columbus tonight, the order of the day is whether or not it's a penalty-filled affair like the first 2 periods of Game 1 were. For the River Dragons, the most important thing for this team is to continue to play their game, get pucks towards the net, get bodies towards the net, and try to continue that winning recipe. And, hey, if it does turn into a bit of a special teams battle, stay solid on that penalty kill and opportunistic on the power play. So the River Dragons with a lot to look forward to here tonight on a Friday night against the Athens Rock Lobsters. We're going to drop the puck on this one just a little bit past the top of the hour. 7:05 is going to be our slated start time. In just a moment, we're going to go ahead and hear from River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard. Before we do that tonight, though, we were the only series that started on a Wednesday night. And so a couple more series getting it underway tonight. You're going to have Danbury at Port Huron, and then Binghamton and Watertown, as well as Carolina and Blue Ridge. Now, there is one more series to get going here for the River Dragons. Maybe, you never know, before Carolina and Blue Ridge have an outcome, Columbus could be done. And, of course, that's the hope here tonight as they wrap it up in this best of 3. But Carolina and Blue Ridge getting underway tonight. They will play Game 2 tomorrow as well. And actually, those two places not that far apart. So being able to play back-to-back home and home is not that big a deal for those two franchises. And on the weekend here, a lot of Game 3s, if necessary, will be Sunday with Port Huron and Danbury and Blue Ridge, Carolina, if necessary. And then it would be Monday for Watertown and Binghamton if they happen to get that far. So that's the backdrop here for this one as we're getting ready to drop the puck. The River Dragons hoping to make it a quick sweep here. 2 games, but trust me, the Athens Rock Lobsters are not going to go quietly. We're going to hear from River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard. We'll get his thoughts on the matchup here tonight, and then we'll come back and drop the puck as the River Dragons and Rock Lobsters preparing for Game 2 of this Continental Division semifinal series. Back with more in a moment on River Dragons Hockey.
This winter, don't let your heating system leave you out in the cold. At Air Force Heating and Air, we are committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or a new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you. Residential and commercial, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities, but more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability, so for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services, because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place, it's the way we do business.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Welcome back. Before tonight's game, Game 2 of the playoff series between Athens and Columbus, and we are at Akins Ford Arena, joined by River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard. And as always, this interview brought to you by F&M Cigars. Boom. All right, let's talk about Game 1 here. A lot of things happened in that. I know that's a tough 60 minutes to encapsulate, but give me your summary.
Yeah, it was helter-skelter. Obviously our specialty teams kind of won us the game. Power play 3 for 5, scored a shorthanded goal. We didn't let them score a power play goal, but all in all, hockey gods were with us. They did hit a couple posts. We scored on all their mistakes, kind of, and that's good. Now we forced them to make the mistake, so positive. But yeah, it was a wild game Monday. Up 3-0. That's not going to stand, and they're going to keep coming. And then, thought the referees called a half decent game. They, set the standard pretty high right off the top as far as hookings and all that stuff or whatever. I think a couple calls that they did make. And a couple that they didn't that were hitting, like Morsey's penalty, I didn't think was a clean hit. I think Murray got away with a huge elbow in the second or third period, but it's going to happen. So, anyways, come in tonight. You know what? Pressure's on them. Pressure's on us because I don't want to play Game 3. But at the same time, they gotta come out and they're going to come out guns blaring. We got to weather the storm and just play our game and play as simple as we possibly can, and go from there.
I know you talked about special teams before the game, but there's no way I thought you'd have to kill 7 power plays in that game, and it really made it tough to see 5-on-5 what these two teams could be doing in the series.
Yeah, you know what? It really took a lot of. Kind of took the flow of the game away. It was 4-on-4s, and then power plays, 4-on-3, 5-on. I think gutsy move by Marty. It's 4-on-3. They pull the goalie. I don't know if I'd have the balls to do that, but it worked for him.
It paid off.
It worked for him, and this and that. So you know what? I think if you look at our specialty teams as a whole and the whole year, probably underperformed on our power play a little bit, and it was still all right. It was at over 20%, 21%. and our penalty kill got better and better and better as the year went on. So, you know, kudos to our penalty killers, and you know, we need to be a little bit more disciplined, and you know, we'll kill the hitting penalties, we'll kill all the physical penalties. It's the rebutes, it's the, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Unsportsmanlike? So you
No,
don't take
well,
those,
unsportsmanlike.
but hustle penalties,
well,
the hooking, the holding, if you're not
yeah,
hustling, right?
you know, those ones are going to hurt, but I mean, the undisciplined and the retribution ones, you know, that guy, you take a hit and you give a guy a punch, you know, Storzy cross-checks a guy in the first period for no reason.
It's always a retaliation.
Can't have it. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. You know, that's what is going to hurt us. So, you know, we've got to be disciplined and stay out of it that way. And, you know, again, we got to skate, move the puck. The boards are pretty true here. They're really aggressive. They're bouncy. So offensively, you know, you miss the net, the puck's coming back out pretty quick. Defensively, the boards are true. And, you know, you can ring the puck and you're going to probably get a true bounce off of it. And again, on the defensive side, we got to know the boards are bouncy, and Milan likes to hammer that puck. If he misses in that, it's probably coming out in a dangerous spot, so we got to be aware of that.
So, Boom, let's wrap it up with keys to the game then.
Keys to the game, first 10 minutes are huge. We need to weather the storm. We need to limit our turnovers. I think if we own the blue lines, no turnovers defensively coming out, and no turnovers at the blue line offensively, I think we should be good.
All right, Boom, thanks for joining us. Best of luck tonight.
You bet, thank you.
Drop of the puck, game 2 coming up. This is River Dragons hockey.
Should I park in the back?
We help people sneak Pepsi into places that don't serve it.
What if they catch us?
We have a sports car. Hey, now this doesn't make burger taste better.
Yo, what the
I thought Wendy was a ginger. To enhance the flavor.
Where is everybody?
Sunday.
Do not make eye contact.
Nobody here wants your Pepsi.
It's really good.
Oh, that is good.
Say it into the napkin, Spencer.
Here's some Pepsi for some extra flavor.
So get the f*** out. Come on. You want to know how you can identify your longtime Atlanta area hockey fans? They're the 2 or 3 people that I heard down to my right yell Knights during the anthem. Of course, representing the old IHL, the Atlanta Knights, predating even the Thrashers, but post-dating the Atlanta Flames. But we're in Athens, Georgia tonight for Game 2 of this Continental Division semifinal series. It's a best-of-3. Columbus leads it 1-0 after winning 7-4 on Wednesday night on home ice. Game 2 here tonight. About ready to drop the puck. Columbus can end it this evening with a victory. Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders for the River Dragons. Back with Trevor Babin, who got the Game 1 win. 4 goals against and an .886 save percentage. Now will be William Lavaliere, the former River Dragon, coming back in to start Game 2. He was pulled after 1 period of Game 1, giving up 3 goals against, so he did not end up with the decision. That went to Josh Rosenzweig, who took the loss. But giving up those 3 goals in 20 minutes of work, that shows Lavaliere to have a 9 goals against average and a .571 save percentage after giving up those 3 goals on just 7 shots against. Here we go. River Dragons in the teal, Rock Lobsters in the navy blue. Set to drop the puck on a Friday night. It's playoff hockey. We're underway. Lind will dump it in from center, and the Rock Lobsters go to the breakout here as they try to flip it cross ice. Backing up on it, Brody Thornton. Cut off at the line, moving in. Shinkarik steps up. A backdoor feed was blocked. Didn't get through. Babin scrambling for it. It's cleared away to the near side and tapped out to center by Moore as McDonald up on the forecheck here. The River Dragons got to a quick change, as did the Rock Lobsters. Puck turned over just outside the Athens line. Columbus back in, but offside. Moore tried to straddle the blue line, could not do it. That offside brought to you by Old School Barbershop. They're online at oldschoolbarber.com. Reservations now required at Old School Barbershop, so book your next appointment online right now. You can also book 24/7 through their Instagram and their Facebook. Get your sides lined up at Old School Barbershop. The River Dragons do change out the line once again, putting Jamaev's unit out there here with Underwood and Blackwell on the points. They jam away at it, push over the line. Doherty trying to catch up with it. Once again, same lineup here tonight for the River Dragons, so that means no Austin Doe here this evening. Right side, Athens moving in with a shot. Save Babin, rebound is knocked away by Blackwell. Somro to the line, but not out. Long shot in, blockered away there, bouncing in the corner. Underwood on it. Blackwell taking a look, leaves it for Underwood as he gets run into. Doherty sliding it forward into space where it's turned right back in. Athens is now in onside. Babin gave it away, side of the net there, and a bouncer right in front, kicked away behind the goal again by Underwood. River Dragons are going to have to make sure communication is on point here tonight. Shot steered away by Babin. Up to the near side, Doherty hit, turned over in the slot. A shot is tipped into the netting. Glukariev letting it go there as Glukariev had 2 goals in Game 1. And right back to rifling the puck here tonight, trying to make something happen for Athens. Crowd still filing in a little bit here at Akins Ford Arena. But for the most part, folks in their seats. In time for the puck drop. Here's Hatcher and across from Milan for the face-off here, and it's pushed ahead. Storjahan chipping it ahead for Hatcher. He shouldered off at the turn at center. That one hit Storjahan at the skates. Athens will try to regroup back at its own end. Bank pass to the near side, drifts all the way back to Lind at his own line, but his pass picked off at center. There's a shot in. Glukariev right into the chest protector of Trevor Babin. He hangs on. Gets a face-off just 1:49 into this first period. Well, Athens definitely coming out with the energy and enthusiasm you would expect of a team down 1-0 facing elimination and on home ice. They have absolutely come out of here and tried to pump as many pucks on net. And the River Dragons just have to get their skates underneath them here in the early going. maybe a little bit tenuous. Certainly the cross ice passes that we've seen a couple of those earlier, those have to stop. Wickline will chip it ahead on the right side. Here comes Storjahan moving in. He's got a chance with a wrist shot, and he missed on the glove side. Around to the left point, Thornton will hold it in. River Dragons trying to set up Hatcher. Back to Thornton. He's challenged on the wall, and it's tipped ahead on the right side. Here comes Johnson. Johnson pushing it to the front of the net. It's taken away there. Nice play between Hatcher and Wickline. And now Storjahan getting it ahead to Hatcher. Hatcher will swing it on in, and he gets run into by Johnson. The linesman just got out of the way of that, and Hatcher talking to Johnson, who goes after him on their way to the bench. I give a lot of credit to Nash Hatcher. He gives up a couple inches to some of these guys, but he just does not care. He does not have fear. Here's Milan driving in, backhand, and he was cut from behind. Nice play by Plouffe. Puck to the line, and we get a whistle here, and nope, it's going to be a hooking call against Plouffe. I thought Plouffe made a nice defensive play there, but no, they're saying it'll be the first power play of the game for the Rock Lobsters. Plouffe getting called for the hook at 2:42. They called everything pretty close in game one, so starting off that way in game two, not a surprise. 1 for 7 on the power play for the Rock Lobsters. That's 14.3%. River Dragons, 6 for 7 on the kill, 85.7%. Pretty good game one special teams battle for Columbus. I think they won that one pretty clearly, even though they were shorthanded 7 times, only gave up the 1 power play goal. But Columbus went 3 for 5 on the power play, which will help you win a lot of hockey games. And they start with a clear here. Athens will try to regroup. Up the right side, here's Milan. On to the left wing. Lukariev with a shot. He scores. Lukariev goes over the left shoulder of Babin, and his stick stays hot. A power play goal early on, and Athens is up 1-0. That's his third in this series. 3:11, Milan will pick up the assist. And Athens makes Columbus pay right away. And again, the Rock Lobsters, credit them. Down 1 game in this series, they have come out flying here at home, and that's the response they needed. So they establish the early 1-0 lead. Now let's see what Columbus has as far as a level of pushback here. Is another bad handoff behind the net there for Columbus, but they get out of it as it's bounced ahead. Brian Hunter chasing on the right side, and Hunter knocks his man down into the corner over there. Columbus centering. Here's Slahetka, and backdoor feed to McDonald. He couldn't connect. Down for the right point. Plouffe will keep it in. Second attempt, Kolatarsi wedging it out to center. And Moore will back up on it. Right side to Plouffe. Plouffe takes the shoulder at center and dumps it in. Hunter forcing it around to the far side. Columbus does not even have a shot on goal yet in this game. 4 minutes in. Rock Lobsters have 5 in the game's first goal. Connor Lynn trying to step up, turned over, and pushed to an open wing. Shinkarik is up there. Trying to move it back across, stolen away, Slahetka. Slahetka ahead, McDonald will just send it deep. Columbus is changing. Oh boy, dangerous bounce right in front of the net, but no one there to collect. Back into the River Dragon zone. Wickline with a pass across. That one is deflected, sits in the slot, and it leaks away from Shinkarik, who chops it behind the net. On the near side, Stafora tried to play it around for Smith. Smith got knocked down there by Lind. Puck to the near side point. Wickline trying to move it out of there and almost gave it away, but pushed out by Storjahan. Hatcher on the left wing, leaving for Storjahan. Storjahan steps around to check, then got knocked down by another. And now back comes Athens left side. Stafora moving in with a wrist shot, handled aside by Babin. Wickline trying to bounce off a check, turned over with a drive. Shoulders save Babin there. Underwood taking a bunch of hacks from Weisplatt as he wants to move it out to center, gets it over the line. Back in on the left wing, Athens quickly into the attack. Athens' transition game right now is really, really attacking well. There's a chance to the front of the slot, backhanded away by Thornton and out to center. Greco playing it over, and Doherty runs into his man. Puck didn't go anywhere. Now it's sent in by Columbus. Lavalier leave it back there. A lot of chances in the transition here. Athens is attacking. They know where the passes are going from Columbus, and they're attacking those passing lanes, picking them off, and turning them into quick chances off the rush. River Dragons definitely need to be aware of that. Athens seems to know where the pass is going before Columbus puts it over. Left side, here's a drive in for Virgili. He goes into the corner against Plouffe, lost the puck. Jemayev up with it. Left wing side, Somro. Somro will throw it around the rim. We'll turn it head to the bench. Here's Doherty in the right side corner, but it's taken away there. Gallant moving the other way. Gallant through center. Trying to work it in over the line. Gallant to the backhand with a chance. Save Babin. Rebound sitting in front. Onto the near side. McDonald clearing it out to center. Oja playing it back, and now quickly ahead. Gallant caromed off a skate, and a bouncer ends up with Moore, but Moore, his pass picked off of the blue line. Virgili back in again on the left wing. Virgili looking in front, sends it across off a skate to the right point. Kept in by Colatarsi. He'll swing it around the wall. Virgili on the half boards. Behind the net, Johnson. Far side, tipped away from Gallant. Kept in again by Colatarsi. Johnson behind the net, ran into a body, lost it. And now Slahetka will just wedge it out. River Dragons again to the changes. We come up on 7 minutes into this first period. Columbus still without a shot, now up to 8 for the Athens Rock Lobsters. They have a 1-0 lead on a power play goal by Glukariev. Sometimes in a road game, it's about weathering that initial storm as this one comes down the ice for an icing call. And that's exactly what Columbus has to do here. Icing brought to you by Air Force Heating and Air, where right now you can get a furnace tuned and AC inspection for only $79. Book your appointment by calling 706-882-8888 or go to airforceheatingandair.com. Back with more in a moment. 7 minutes in, 1-0 Athens. This is River Dragons hockey.
Sure, a meal like this is an option, but why would you settle for less? When you...
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Follow the sun.
We are back here on River Dragons hockey. 7:14 gone in the first period. 1-0 Rock Lobsters leading the River Dragons. Face off of the offensive zone. Columbus still looking for its first shot of the hockey game here. Hopefully that first media timeout calms things down a little bit for the River Dragons. Athens winning the draw back. They clear to the line. Thornton sends it back in, but the puck came out, and so Columbus must tag up. Hunter and McDonald move in on either side as it's center out right into the shin pads there. It looked like on Greco as it's cleared out to center. Booted away by Thornton, ends up back with Lind. Thornton with a bank pass right side. Weisblatt blocks that, and he sends it into the Columbus end. Moore backing up the D. Now it's played into the slot area and tipped back out to center. Ryan Hunter will bring it back into the zone. Try the right side here. Lind ahead. Bersani tips it on in towards Lavalier, but it drifts behind the net. Bersani knocked down, but he centers, and Jemayev was tied up by a couple of Rock Lobsters on defense there. Couldn't get a shot. Now Glukariev back on the right side. Thornton picking him up. And the puck right in front. Save Babin. Rebound. Babin again. The save and another stop and a backhand by Weisblatt. Left point Oja over to the right side. Colatarsi backdoor puck caroms away. Not out of danger yet. Left point Oja holding. Here's Weisblatt. Up top. Oja, left side, and now it's swatted around in front of chance and blocked by Underwood. Boy, Glukariev is buzzing out there. He is absolutely feeling it. And now, puck ends up on a play here for a whistle. 8.5 into the first period, but oh my goodness, absolutely. The sequence there by Babin was huge. Not once, but not twice, 3 times. He had to make saves in tight. 2 on Weisblatt. Face-off will come right on the dot at center. Hatcher in there for this face-off. It's won back by Shinkarik. And again, Carter Shinkarik playing forward in this game today, not his normal defensive spot. Looks like that might be a permanent home for him, at least for this playoff run. Here's Lahetka trying to play it the other way. Glove down, Hatcher, left side. Pass is turned right back. Hatcher will scoop it up again. Squirts around one check and dumps it in from center. He gets cleaned out there by Greco. Play continues on the right side. Lahetka into the slot. Quick shot. Storjahan turned wide of the net. Up top, here's Plouffe. Down low, his pass tipped away by Greco. And again, Athens is doing a great job. Sticks in the lane, anticipating the passes. Turned over at the side of the net, though. Columbus, can they get a shot here? Storjahan pulls it out, wheels it back down. His chance, Lavalier, the glove save, and he'll hold on. And now a little bit of shoving in front of the net. Greco pushing there with Hatcher. Milan going to complain to the referee already before being ushered away by the linesman, and now Johnson going to complain before also being ushered away by the linesman. River Dragons are going to send out McDonald, Hunter, and Moore, along with Lind and Thornton here. McDonald looks like he's going to try to pull this back left towards the top of the circle. Kyle Moore there. Thornton is back at the left point on that side as well, so could be going back that way. Or can actually have the Rock Lobsters center, Milan, tossed out of the draw for taking too long to get into the draw. So Weisblatt's going to have to come in for this face-off to the right of Lavalier. McDonald bounces it back towards Moore. Nope, we didn't like that. We're going to do it again, and now they're going to toss McDonald out. At this point, we might just go hockey 1, hockey 2, hockey 3. Puck is sent over to the far side corner off that face-off. Cleared up towards the point. Lind kicking at it. Unable to keep it in. Glukaria pass to center. Deflected. And it's dumped in by Athens. They must tag up around the left side. Here's Thornton. And it actually scoots away from him to center. And Hunter couldn't hang on to it there. Tossed right back in. Lind up the left side. Hunter into the slot. Turned over to Milan, but he turned it right back over to Connor Lind. And Lind will rush it ahead. Slapped off his stick by Glukaria before Hunter sent it in from center. Pass out at center. Tipped off the stick there. Glukariev could not hold on to it. Back the other way. Underwood for Columbus. Moore, bank pass ahead, turned back the other way. Galan at the line, and Bach will sniff that one out. Try to feed it ahead into the skates of Jemayev. He couldn't come down with it. Athens at center. They'll dump that one in, and Babin will leave it at the side of the goal for Plouffe. Plouffe pressured by Johnson. Moving it ahead. Load Plouffe. Chips it onto the right side. Glove down, Doherty in with a long wrister, and that one is held by Lavalier. And that'll get us to our second TV timeout of the period. 9:26 to go here in the first. 1-0 Athens. Back with more in a moment. This is River Dragons hockey.
At GFL Environmental, we deliver the solutions you need to stay green for life. Our diverse services include front-load bins for commercial waste collection and roll-off dumpster rentals in a variety of sizes to handle all of your waste disposal needs. Choose GFL for your solid waste handling needs because everyone wins when we take care of the environment. Count on us for safe and efficient environmental service. Call 706-322-8923 to find out more today. Green today, green for life.
We know exactly where our product is coming from. We make it in store.
What makes Brewster's ice cream the best is the fresh ingredients.
Making fresh makes me happy. It's fresh made every day at the store.
I wanted to be the person making the product because that's the important part.
on River Dragons hockey. This first period presented by Chick-fil-A Midland. Face-off will be coming up in the Rock Lobsters and River Dragons playoff hockey, brought to you in part by Spake's Home Improvement, Door Specialties Inc., by GFL Environmental, Dr. Joseph Arnold, Columbus Diagnostic Center, F&M Cigars, Pro Motors, Brewster's Ice Cream, Wellstar Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Zelmo Zip-In, Vector Ply, Largeman Dental, and Advanced Towing. If you're just joining us, it's 1-0. Athens in the lead. Power play goal by Glukariev, his third of the series. And a little more than halfway through this first period. Malik Johnson going all the way out to center ice to complain to the referee about something or another. And Loic Plouffe has to come back off. Underwood is out there now for this face-off, which is interesting because Underwood is not part of this defensive pair. Slahetka's out there. It's normally Plouffe and Slahetka together, so you got me. Now Doherty with an interception. Put it in front. Somro had it swept away. McDonald trying to get to it. He cannot. And Athens up the left side on the rush. Virgili cutting into the slot with a backhand and a left pad save by Babin. Right point. Athens keeping it in. Here's Gallant. Near side corner centers who went right through the slot. Did not connect. Doherty moved it away. Slahetka right side. And now here's McDonald pushing it. Waits. Looks. Slot. Gets it back quickly from Somro. Traffic in front. His shot goes wide. Doherty at the left point holds it in. Into the corner now up at the right point. Plouffe lost the handle on it. It's pushed out to center. Plouffe there for the touch. And I think we're going to get an embellishment call on Johnson. And I was looking for that one. I mean, he became Superman briefly there. There was a cape and tights that came out as he flew through the air. So, yeah, I absolutely see that one. Yeah, nope, that's what Doherty was indicating there. Doherty's going to go in. I've never understood how you can have, say, a tripping and an embellishment diving penalty on the same play, but that is exactly how they are called. They're both called the same way. So let's see, do we have an extra 2 minutes here? Right now they only have one penalty up on the board. Oh no, they have them both up there now. Okay. 4-on-4. So let's see if with a little more room out there, that favors Columbus as Glukariev all the way in as Bockwell takes it behind his own net. Out there with Underwood, and then up front you've got Wickline and Storjahan. Storjahan fresh off a 4-point performance in game one, 2 goals, 2 assists. Underwood ahead into Storjahan skates, and that kick back out. Underwood will loop back in, left side. He's got some room. Underwood in, cutting in on goal, save made, rebound is sitting at the side of the net. Storjahan on goal, save, rebound again. Underwood fanned on the shot. Oh my goodness, Lavalier had to go to the old stack the pads. Bockwell trying to keep it in at the right point. Glukariev able to move it out to center. Yeah, again, another player falling at center. That's 2 in the last 2 shifts. Puck right in off the side of the net as Bockwell came in. Milan got an elbow in there too, and then Babin took exception to that. Well, these two teams do not like each other. Here's Connor Lind driving in towards the goal. Couldn't get a shot away, still with it behind the net. Lind tried to flip it in front. Pass was blocked. Lind in the far corner. And, well, he tried to go cross ice instead of to the point. And Glukariev was right there to pick it off. Left side, Virgili with the shot. That's deflected to the glass. Again, I mean, Athens has been really on top of and alert for those cross ice passes. They've been picking them off. A lot of turnovers here in this first period for Columbus. That's something they're going to have to adapt to. Play is offside as Moore wheels in. 25 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Face-off will be just outside the Athens blue line. There's something, Slahecka's talking to the ref about center ice. He fell right about the same location Storjahan fell. I wonder if there's some kind of rut that is inside the circle at center, kind of just behind the head of the Lobster itself. Because both players fell in the exact same spot. So I don't know if there's an ice issue there, but I don't know that I would feel it's coincidental. Because it's the only spot on the ice anybody's fallen down. Athens on the left side. Here's Weisblatt's in on goal, and Shinkarik tried to go between the legs, and that just never materialized. More the other way is pass tipped ahead. McDonald up after it. 4-on-4 coming to a close. We go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pass on to the right side. Shinkarik in. Johnson busting to the net, but Babin makes the save, and there's no rebound there. 6:24 to go here in this opening frame. Johnson talking to Doherty. And now Kyle Moore and Weisblatt. Shinkarik and Slahetka getting in there. Weisblatt has definitely had a lot to say in the last 4-ish periods of hockey. And again, I mean, this is a budding rivalry between these two teams, and the playoffs will magnify everything tenfold, that's for sure. And we are definitely seeing that here. Game 1, lots of penalties between these two teams. Settled down a little in the third, but really that was more a product of basically taking one player from each side and generating a lot of 4-on-4s or a lot of coincidentals and keeping it 5-on-5. That's why we didn't have the power plays in the third on Wednesday. Hatcher, Bersani, Somro out there for this defensive zone faceoff, along with Bockwell and Underwood. Puck is one back to the point. Shot by Colatarsi is wide. Underwood will handle that. Try to play it away. It's deflected. Bockwell backhands up the glass near side. Somro is able to get it out to center. Shinkarik turns with it there and throws it right back in for Athens. Underwood after loose puck side of the net. Pressured behind the goal. Still trying to move it free. Shinkarik stole it away. To the right point. Quick shot coming in. Babin the save, and he holds on. Now Shinkarik and Hatcher coming together. And Greco's going to come in. Now Somro's going to grab Smith. Bersani in that mix as well. Murray in there. Usual cast of characters. And Bockwell comes over to talk to both Shinkarik and Greco. Face-off will come outside the zone. Columbus has 6 guys out there. Bockwell wanted to stay out there and take the face-off, but the River Dragons have replaced the D pair here. Linden Thornton along with Moore, McDonald, and Hunter. And I'll tell you what, the Rock Lobsters are lobbying the referee hard in this first period. Every time you look, they are gathered around the ref, giving them an earful. And they always say you can't change the last call, but you lobby for the next one. River Dragons turn it back at center. McDonald felt he was pulled down there, but Milan skates away. And now Milan will dump it in. Babin lets it die into the corner. Lind around after it. He'll throw it up the wall towards Hunter. Back into his skates. Hunter battling with Milan. Chopped in front. Thornton on a rolling puck. Trying to move it across. Thornton on the near side. Glucaria battling him. Thornton again trying to move it out. Lifts it off the glass down the ice. No icing here. Not enough gas. Kolatarsi back for it. As we approach 5 minutes left to go here in the first period, 1-0 Athens. Lind falls in his own end and now moves it out to center and knocks Weisblatt down in the process. Sent right back in by Athens. Around the rim it goes. Thornton on that rolling puck, bounces it to center. Here's Moore right side into the skates. McDonald with a backhand off the outside of the mesh. And played back out to center, fired right back in by Plouffe. Columbus is going to go for the change here. Hatcher, Wickline, Storjahan the line out there. As Athens will dump it in. Plouffe in behind the net. Back up to the near side. Kept in at the left point by Papa Petros. Virgili in the far corner in the slot. One time, and that one is knocked away. Nice job by Babin, just getting his arm on it. Here's Hatcher, near side. A little give and go with Wickline, and that's broken up at center. Wickline trying to fight back for that puck. They'll dump it in from there. Storjahan moves up. Lavalier will leave it behind the net. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Athens in on the left side. Here's Shinkarik with a look over his shoulder, trying to move it in front. And the stick knocked away by Slaheka there. Swung around to the far side, kept into the right point. Right around behind the net. A lot of bodies back there, but it ends up with Plouffe. Plouffe looking ahead as Bersani tried to break through center. Instead, he has to feed it left side. Jamaev trying to get in there as he was absolutely grabbed by Kyle Russell. Johnson will get to center and dump it in. Blockwell sends it around. Jamaev off his skates. Bersani try to put it back towards him. Blockwell on it to try to help out on that left side pile. He'll wedge it out. A bouncer that Murray goes back after. He'll feed it on to the right wing. Russell ahead to center. Milan in front of his own bench. To center, Bersani knocked down there, and Athens will push back in left side. Knocked away Blockwell to the near wall, but Milan up with it. Milan trying to toe drag his way in front. It's poked away there. Bersani the other way. Bersani will flip it in from center. Around the rim, it's cut off by Lavalier behind the net. Murray. Oja. Just wait it out here as the River Dragons with all three forwards inside the zone on this breakout as Milan swings by, and they'll reverse it onto the right wing. Lead pass to center, right to Thornton. Thornton trying to step back in with it. Thornton in over the line to the right wing. Still with it, trying to feed it low, but Lucaria blocked that pass. Clearing attempt, hit Thornton, didn't go, and now Milan will move it ahead. Weisblatt on the right side, stops up high, feeds into the slot. Lucaria backdoor for Milan, and he couldn't connect. River Dragons the other way. Moore onto the left wing side off the skates of McDonald. Hunter trying to get to it, cutting it on goal. And Lavalier the save in tight on Ryan Hunter. Kyle Moore will fire it back in as McDonald tags up, stays up on the forecheck while Wickline and Storjahan come out to join him. Athens will send it in behind the net. Coming up on 90 seconds to go in this first period. Athens has had a flying first period. 1 goal to show for it. It's the only one in the hockey game. Left side, here's Storjahan with a roller ahead to Wickline. Wickline tried to dump it in. He gets rubbed down on the wall. Papa Petros back after it. He falls down in the corner. Might have been his own teammate that hooked him. Now it's cleared to the line. A rolling puck. Lind had to give up the line. Slaheka. Right side, a wrist shot by Johnson. Deflects off his shin pads to the boards. Swatted back down by Wickline. That one could be icing. It will not. And again, the puck just kind of dies as it got towards the end there. Pass it center. Tipped away by Bockwell. He goes right side to Doherty. Doherty ends up putting it back into the Athens zone. Shinkarik had it slapped back in by Doherty. Now it's wedged out to center. Bockwell on it again, and he'll feed it right back into the zone. Jamaev moving up on the forecheck here. They'll try the near side rim. Johnson waiting for it there. He gets run into at center, and the puck turned over. Bersani trying to get after it. Johnson jams it off the wall. Doherty with it. Back to the left side, Jamaev. 15 seconds ago in the period, if Columbus can do anything here with this. It's cleared off the dasher, and it took a hop off the top of it over the shoulder of Underwood. So now Bockwell pressured back in his zone end. Just 5 seconds ago in the period, Columbus, Bersani tried a shot. That's tipped to the glass, and that's it for the first period. So for the River Dragons, as far as road first periods go, Athens came out strong and went right after Columbus. And really the first 10 minutes, that was the absolute definition of weathering the storm for the River Dragons. But that's to be expected. Athens is a good, strong hockey team. And they weren't just going to go quietly. I know there were some fans who thought, oh, well, after the way game one went, this should be easy. No, it's never easy. And Columbus, I think, actually did a pretty good job of settling themselves down and calming things after giving up that early power play goal, because there was a chance it could have got out of hand early if they'd have maybe allowed another goal, let the momentum grow. But as you do a better and better job of shutting down the chances against, and you start to have that early adrenaline rush for Athens ebb, you get into a little bit more of, let's say, the meat of the period. I think that the River Dragons did a really, really nice job with that. And so kudos to them for being able to hang tough. They got some big saves out of Trevor Babin. And not that Athens isn't still being aggressive. They are. They're still flying around out there. But there's just things the River Dragons need to clean up. And we're going to talk about those things they need to clean up in our first period intermission report. When we come back, we've got a scoring summary coming your way. Plus, a look at that Elmo zipping out-of-town scoreboard as the playoffs begin in earnest for the rest of the FPHL here tonight. One period down in this game, too. The River Dragons lead the series 1-0, but the Athens Rock Lobsters lead the game 1-0 after 20. Back with more in a moment. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Follow the signs and discover your next adventure in life. Nestled right in the heart of Old Town on Queen Bee Drive is a Legacy Reserve at Old Town. At Legacy Reserve, your retirement is whatever you want it to be. Be active, be flavorful, be free, be alive. Don't just live life, live a legacy. Call or visit our website for more information. Try out our virtual tour online today.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique Boat and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, vectorply.com.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Hey everybody, I'm Slayton at Zelmos, and just want to take a second today to tell you a little bit about our new fuel and in-store rewards program. All you have to do is text 78500, just text enroll Zelmo, you'll see it at the bottom of your screen. And it's as easy as signing up. You can do it from home. You get to your pump, hit Zelmos Rewards, type in your phone number. As soon as you do that, you'll see the price roll back at the pump. That's 3 cents a day off every gallon with up to 25 cents off on special occasions. So join today and start saving.
And we are back with 20 minutes in the books here. It is Game 2 of the Continental Division semifinal series between your Columbus River Dragons and the Athens Rock Lobsters. Columbus leads the series 1-0 and can close it out with a win here tonight. But after one, it's 1-0 Athens. And Athens came out, as you might imagine, in the first home game of the series like they were shot out of a cannon. They score early with a power play goal at 3:11. Lucaria, and that's his third of the series so far. Milan, and now they've added an assist to Carter Shinkarik, one of the former River Dragons on this team. And there was a point there where it looked like the Rock Lobsters could easily turn that into 2 or 3, maybe even 4. But Columbus, fortunate in a couple of cases, they were turning the puck over pretty heavily in the early going, and they finally did kind of get that under control. That slowed down. The River Dragons did a nice job of kind of reining it all in, so that was nice to see Columbus really weather that storm. It was a little more than half of the first period, but so many good chances early for the Rock Lobsters. It took Columbus a while to even get their first shot, almost halfway into the period itself. Again, I mean, credit Athens. That was the start they needed, and they do have a lead. The good news is for Columbus, that first goal they surrendered was a power play goal. They haven't given anything up 5-on-5. They got some big-time saves out of Trevor Babbitt. But a couple of things that really need to change for Columbus here if we're going to underscore as they move into the second period. Number one, the cross-ice passes. Very easily read by Athens. They are stepping into the lanes. They're either deflecting the passes or, in a lot of cases, they're actually turning it right back the other way. And Athens has been very smart on that. It looks like they did a lot of video on the way the River Dragons like to go across the ice like that, which I know head coach Jerome Bichard doesn't like that. But Columbus a lot of times feels like that's where their best outlet chance is. But again, it's just been read like a book by Athens. So that definitely needs to be reined in by the River Dragons. The other thing, too, is I think Columbus was running around a little bit, maybe antsy energy early, but they started clearing out the front, and Athens' formula is pretty simple right now. They're throwing the puck at the net and then throwing bodies at it. It's a pretty simple formula, but it is a very successful one. And so Columbus needs to clean out the front of its own net and communication. There were a couple of times on some handoffs between the goaltender Babbitt and some defensemen, or maybe on an outlet pass or two. The communication wasn't quite there early. Hopefully the River Dragons are able to improve on that as well here as we work our way through the game. But again, I mean, for a road period, you're down 1-0. You would have liked to have not given up the goal, but after giving up that goal, not giving up a second goal is huge. So the River Dragons not in a bad spot 20 minutes into this one. In that period, the only power play belonged to the Rock Lobsters, so they are 1 for 1, and the River Dragons awaiting their first chance with the man advantage. And then shots 15-6 in favor of Athens, and I remind you it was 8 or 9-0 at one point. So Columbus, once, let's say things seem to even out a little bit, the River Dragons did begin to get some chances. And, in fact, they forced a stack pad save out of William Lavalier, who was out of position, drawn out actually by a nice little play to the right of his goal crease. Had to throw the old stack pad back into the crease to make a diving save. and keep it at a 1-0 game. So Columbus will get its opportunities. They just need to be patient. And that's going to be another key for them here through the rest of this game. We'll take a break right now as the Rock Lobsters with a 1-0 lead. When we come back, it'll be time for the out-of-town scoreboard. And that is brought to you by Zelmo's Zip In, so stay tuned. There's more coming your way in just a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Sure, a meal like this is an option, but why would you settle for less? When you can have
This winter, don't let your heating system leave you out in the cold. At Air Force Heating and Air, we are committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or a new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you. Residential and commercial, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability, so for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services, because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place, it's the way we do business.
And we're back here on Columbus River Dragons hockey. First period intermission report. Tom Callahan here with you. 1-0 Athens after one. Columbus leads the series 1-0. It is a best-of-3, and if the River Dragons win, it's over tonight. If Columbus happens to lose, well, we're back at it again tomorrow night. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Zelmo's Zip In. Zelmo's has been fueling life's passions since 1999. And in the FPHL, all the other series getting underway tonight. Right now you've got Danbury up 1-0 on the Port Huron Prowlers. Binghamton with a 1-0 lead over Watertown in the first period of that game. And Carolina 1-0 over Blue Ridge also in the first period. No games in the NHL tonight as everybody prepares to launch into playoff form tomorrow. 2 games to tell you about, Blues and Jets. That is a 6 p.m. Eastern puck drop. And then at 8:30 Eastern, Avalanche at the Stars. Major League Baseball scores for you. Here's what's going on right now. Tigers up on the Royals in the top of the 5th, 2-1. Guardians 4-2 over the Pirates, bottom of the 4th. 6-0 Phillies over the Marlins, bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Yankees over the Rays in the top of the 4th inning. Also in the top of the 4th, Jays 2, Mariners 1. Top of the 4th, Cards 1, Mets nothing. Bottom of the 3rd, 3-0 Red Sox over the White Sox. Middle of the 3rd, Reds 3-1 up on the Orioles. Top of the 3rd, 2-0 Twins lead the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming soon for Dodgers, Rangers, Padres, Astros, and Athletics. Brewers, 9:38 tonight. You got Giants at the Angels. That's your late game. Nationals at Rockies was postponed, and the one-day game was the crazy game today. Cubs 13-11 over the Diamondbacks. That's it for the Zelmo Zippin' Out of Town scoreboard and our first period intermission report. When we come back, we drop the puck on second period action. 1-0 Athens after 1. This is River Dragons hockey. Welcome home to the Trails at Flat Rock, featuring professionally managed new and renovated apartment homes with unique floor plans. Trails at Flat Rock features washers and dryers in every home, a picnic and pool area with grills, playground, fitness center, and more. We're pet-friendly and are located right next to Flat Rock Park. We even have a car wash on property, plus garages and storage units available for rent. Call 706-909-2423 or visit trailsatflatrock.com to see your next home.
We work, sleep, eat, work, repeat. This is how we spend the majority of our time. And time is supposed to be one of the most precious treasures we have, right? Time together with friends and family doing the things that we want to do. And of course, we have to provide. But the life we're providing is supposed to be more than just food and shelter, isn't it? And how about experiencing more of the things that we like to do with the people that we love? The truth is that this is what people rank as their highest value. Leisure time with friends and family, travel time, unique experiences and beautiful memories. If you ask anyone from virtually any culture what they wish they had more time to do, it's to see new places, experience new things, amazing experiences, and share those with the people that they want to be with. It's all about quality of life. But somehow we just don't take seriously the importance of our leisure time together, do we? In fact, did you know that every year we give away more than 1 million years of our vacation time? That's right. That's more than 21 years a second, to be clear, given back in paid vacation time that we don't take advantage of. Why do we do that? Why do we not take advantage of our leisure time at leisure? And let's face it, too much of our time today is being spent with a small device in our hands, looking at a small screen instead of the big open sky or mountains or beaches or creating new memories. And today, we live in a subscription-based society, don't we? So many of these services are vying for our time and money. Subscription movie services, TV services, grocery services, gym memberships. And that's okay because it's convenient, right? But what about all those missing amazing experiences and the memories that they create? You see, quality of life is more than what we do on the couch. What about those other important aspects, too, of our experience in everyday life? You know, how we feel, literally how we physically feel today and every day. And of course, we want to look our best as well. So some of that leisure time and disposable income is going towards these categories as well. So what if I told you that there was a club that was just as convenient, but delivers the best life has to offer every day, everywhere, and in every way that you want? This is exactly what we do at Club Viago.
And we are back here at Akins Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia. The Rock Lobsters with a 1-0 lead after one period of play on your Columbus River Dragons. River Dragons definitely had to weather the storm in that first period. They gave up one on the power play to Glukariev, 3:11 time of the goal, but after that, the River Dragons just had that urgency and momentum and adrenaline and everything else that Athens brought out with them kind of abated, which is certainly helpful for the River Dragons. But now it's up to Columbus to dig down and find their urgency. I imagine to start this period, Athens is going to come right back at the River Dragons and try to blow them through the glass and do everything they can to establish themselves in the forecheck, go back to that physical game. That game's such a huge edge in the first, and it's up to Columbus to counter that. On the face-off here, it's dumped back into the Columbus end of things. McDonald is actually out there with Wickline and Stordahan to start it off. But pushing back in the left side, here's Petros with the puck. A backhand in front is steered aside by Babin. At center, the puck is jammed right back in. And it kicks right up the slot to Thornton. His pass deflected on and turned over. And again, Athens just seems to know where the River Dragons are going with those outlet passes. They're also doing a good job of the forecheck here, pressuring Columbus into making a little bit quicker pass and a quicker decision. As the River Dragons fire it in wide of the net, that's going to be icing. Wickline was just along for the ride there as he got pulled down somewhere near the blue line and slid all the way to the corner with a momentum he had going for him. Wickline making his way back down the ice. Face-off will be to the right of Babin. Toss Milan out. Weisblatt comes in. Draw one back towards Lind. Lind tried to swing it around, but it's cut off by Glukariev on the far side. Boy, Athens is just, again, impressive. Hustling to get in position and make things happen here. Really making the breakouts difficult for for Columbus. Wow, Nashville, where'd that one come from? Way deep in the recesses. I do see a Preds jersey immediately behind the River Dragons bench, though. And now moving it ahead on the right wing side. Here's Milan trying to drive into the corner. Underwood goes into the wall with him. Puck back up the near side. Jemaev will backhand it across. And now Columbus with a chance on the rush. Right side, they bring it in. There's a shot by Somro. That's deflected to the near corner. Rebound kicked back towards the slot. Fed away to Milan. Milan on the left side, carrying it wide with a wrist shot. Glove save Babin. No rebound there. Bonquill making sure that Papa Petros was escorted off premises from the goal mouth area. Draw will again be to the right of the River Dragons goal here. River Dragons hockey brought to you in part by BKI Accounting, a new age approach to old school accounting. They specialize in payroll, bookkeeping, income, and sales taxes for small business. Learn more at bkiaccounting.com. River Dragons tie up on that draw. Papa Petros had his stick knocked loose. That allows Columbus to clear. Greco leaping, could not get to that puck. And now collecting and going behind the net, Murray, but Murray run into by Jemaev. Jemaev able to pull it out. Knocked down in the corner there with a hit from behind by Murray. Play continues, puck at the line. They still battle for it. It's still not out. Now it's moved out. Smith on the right side. Shot in on goal as Hatcher went to throw a hit on Smith, and the hitting is picked back up here in this one. Jemaev run into there with a heavy check from Stafora, and it's sent down the ice by Columbus. It'll be icing. And again, there's no mystery to what Athens is doing. They're going in, they're rushing in on the puck carrier and trying to make him make a fast decision, following through on the checks. They want to be the more physically intimidating team here in game two. There wasn't as much of that on the road for Athens in game one, that's for sure. Face-off one to the point. Papa Petros, a shot, right pad save. Rebound hooked right back through the goal crease out the other side. Slahetka on it behind the net, banks it towards the point. Kept in there by Milan. Bouncing puck in the near side circle. Weisblatt, wrist shot, blocked, backhand. Save made there. The rebound to the near side. Babin has settled himself in nicely. Offside whistled down at the line. Milan a little bit ahead of Glukariev on that. And that offside brought to you by Old School Barbershop. They're online at oldschoolbarber.com, oldschoolbarbershop.com. Reservations now required, so you can make yours about 2 weeks in advance. You can book online anytime. Also 24/7 through their Instagram and Facebook. Get your sides lined up at Old School Barbershop. Face off just outside the Columbus line. McDonald trying to push it ahead. He gets it back now. McDonald flips left side. Puck was behind Ryan Hunter. Hunter left side will swing it around. Milan trying to move it out. Bounces up in the air. Glove down there by Lind. Kicked that on the line. Nope, Lind could not keep it in. And he'll send it back in now as Columbus tags up. Kolatarsi leaving it off into the corner behind the net. McDonald trying to take it away from Oja. Played onto the near side. Here's Weisblatt with a backhand to the line. Not out. Kept in there up top by Thornton. Thornton cross ice feed. Went off the skate of Milan and all the way down the ice. Lind onto the near wing for Kyle Moore. Moore back across looking for Lind. Pass deflected as it's tipped on. Ryan Hunter wrapped up on the wall, now stepping ahead. Here comes Moore, walking into the backhand. Moore, backhand, tried to get it back to the forehand. He just couldn't get the shot away. Hunter tried to push it up to the point. Lind crashing his shot and a save Lavalier. Rebound to the left point. Thornton there to hold it in. Lets it go through traffic, deflected wide. Greco back around the rim. Gallant trying to kick that one past Thornton. They tie up. It comes back. Kolatarsi will lift the wedge out down the ice. Lind knocks it down. Banks it the other way as Columbus is changing it. Now Athens moving back in. Right side. Here's Gallant in front. They score. Johnson with the tip through the 5-hole there on Babin. And again, a play in transition from the Athens Rock Lobsters, and they establish a 2-0 lead. .417 time of the goal. That's Johnson's first goal, first point of the series. Gallant will pick up the assist. Let's see what kind of response the River Dragons may have here. Yeah, that one ends up in the bench area, so we'll get a whistle and a stoppage here. Draw will come right back on the dot at center. Shinkarik in for the face-off against Hatcher, and he and Shinkarik take swipes at one another. Are they going to move Shinkarik out of the face-off? Shinkarik still has an awful lot to say to Nash Hatcher. Stafore in for the face-off. No, he didn't like that one either. Murray's going to step in and talk to Hatcher. Just waves him away. And now Jerome Bichard, the bench door is open. He is screaming at the referee. It's closed now. They drop the puck anyway, even with Boom on the ice. There's a shot coming in, tipped in front. Well, he wasn't on the ice. The bench door was open. Left side, Slahetka trying to feed it around and onto the left wing again. Slahetka looking to put it in front. He carries behind the net. Centering attempt was blocked by Greco. Side of the net, here's Shinkarik. He'll clear it out, and I tell you what, this one is going to get physical. Wickline with a heavy thump on Murray. Played behind the net, past Greco. Near side for Smith, who chips it out past Hatcher to center. Plouffe going back after it, and now at center, Murray knocks down Wickline. Play continues. Shinkarik with a shot, and he scores. Back in the other end, Wickline is really upset with the referee, feeling like there should have been a penalty called behind the play, but at this point, Athens has the physical and the mental edge over the River Dragons. Columbus has to put aside everything that's going on behind the play. They absolutely have to. because otherwise it's just going to play more into the hands of the Rock Lobsters. As Greco and Doherty talking it over there, but I know the River Dragons are frustrated, but this is not how they're going to win this game. And they're now down 3-0. Shinkarik, his first goal of the series, 3rd point. And there's no easy answer here. Doherty and Johnson go after one another, and Johnson falls down at the slightest nudge there. And this is the same guy, Johnson, who actually the other day when he was carried off, got a little inside intel here. As he was being escorted off by the 2 trainers, actually turned to his bench and winked. So clearly trying to milk it for, let's say, the red card. But that's it. That's the mental games being played right now by Athens, and that's what Columbus has to be wise to. So we'll get to a break here. 5:22 into the second. It's now 3-0 Rock Lobsters. We're back with more in a moment. This is River Dragons Hockey.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Welcome home to the Trails at Flat Rock, featuring professionally managed new and renovated apartment homes with unique floor plans. Trails at Flat Rock features washers and dryers in every home, a picnic and pool area with grills, playground, fitness center, and more. We're pet friendly and are located right next to Flat Rock Park. We even have a car wash on property, plus garages and storage units available for rent. Call 706-909-2423 or visit trailsatflatrock.com to see your next home. Second period action here on Columbus River Dragons Hockey. Tom Callahan here with you, 5:22 into the second stanza. It's now 3-0. Athens has scored twice here to open the frame. And the River Dragons with a defensive zone draw here coming up to the left of Babbitt. If the score holds and Athens is able to pick up a win here tonight, we're back at it again in a third and deciding game tomorrow night at 7:05. But if Columbus rallies, well, the series ends tonight. River Dragons have their work cut out for him. Here's Murray at the right point, tried a wrist shot, and that one is deflected wide of the net. Doherty over after it. He gets run into, but the puck ahead to center. Now Columbus, a chance for the rush here. On the right side, moving in with a wrist shot. That is blocked by Greco. Jemayev curls with it. And now a penalty coming up against Athens as there are several possible fouls. I'll be honest, I'm not sure which one they're going to call here. Columbus is getting the extra man out there. There were a couple, and they happen about the same time as Shinkarik now whacks Jemayev. And I feel like because they know a penalty's coming, they're doing everything they can to just continue to get on the nerves of the River Dragons. And Doherty pulled down by Greco. It's getting Greco's the one going to the box, by the way. And Kyle Moore doesn't like it. This game is just devolving. This will be the first power play of the game for Columbus. Power play brought to you by The Loft, which features live music every Friday and Saturday night in downtown Columbus. Show your River Dragons ticket stub for a 2-for-1 deal on cover. Only at The Loft, proud partner of River Dragons Hockey. So Greco in, did not catch the indication there. Time of the penalty is 6:07. So the River Dragons with the power play, they'll start with possession. Here's Moore.
Slashing was the call. Up top, Storjahan to McDonald. River Dragons 3 for 5 on the power play in game 1. McDonald, side of the net, Storjahan to McDonald, tipped away. Now Milan with a chance to chip it. He's going to try to take off with it. Kyle Moore battling him at center, stole the puck back, but it won't stop bouncing. Cleared down by Athens. And now here comes Columbus again. Storjahan leading on the left side. Storjahan into the left wing corner. Spun around to the far side by Hunter. McDonald waiting for it. Pulls it up the wall. His shot on goal. Lavalier. Easy glove save there, and he'll hang on. Kyle Moore involved in a little chat after the whistle with anyone in a blue jersey who will listen to him at this point. And he is finding a very receptive audience. River Dragons are going to change up the power play unit here. Jemayev out there with Hatcher and Wickline. It'll be Thornton and Slahetka on the points. 1:11 to go in the slashing call against Michael Greco. Not quite 7 minutes into this second period. It's 3-0 Athens. Puck kicks into the corner. Wickline goes after it. Played up the wall. Now pushed back into the corner to Wickline. Wickline will slide it around to the left point. Thornton there. Down towards Jemayev, who tips it into the corner. Wickline trying to move that one the other way. Jemayev after it. And now Hatcher taking a look up top. Try to flip it across. Weisblatt knocks it out of the air and gets it over the blue line. Here's Slahetka on the right wing. He'll put it around on the backhand to the near side corner. Jemayev to Wickline. Wickline on the near half wall. Wickline feeds it up top. Shot coming in. Save Lavalier. Jemayev trying to set the screen in front, but no tip and no rebound. Shots are 20-10 in favor of Athens, and Columbus has not really done a whole lot to make Lavalier's life difficult in this game. He's made one difficult save. That was back in the first period, but that was because he took himself out of position and had to scramble back. 22 seconds ago on the power play. Underwood's going to come in to take this face-off as McDonald and Moore, Hunter back out there, and it's one back to the right point. McDonald lets it go, and Lavalier again the save. Storjahan completing the power play unit. Virgili comes off the ice. Milan in to take the face-off here with 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Milan winning the face-off back. Onto the near side, here's Johnson with a chance to send it down, and he does. That'll do it for the River Dragons power play. Columbus will start the rush here, but Moore lost it on the way through center. Johnson right back in on the wall, trying to get past Underwood. Greco out of the box, and Columbus 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Hunter ahead. Towards McDonald, onto the right wing side. Moore in front, and they whistle it down to the offside. Boy, that would have been a nice chance there. Now in the corner, we got Moore, who was tied up with Oja, and then Johnson comes in to stick his nose in there. Johnson trying to throw the gloves off here, throw punches at Kyle Moore, who still has his mitts on. Both Moore and Johnson are going to go into the penalty box. See what they give them. as the discussion is ongoing. Underwood and Shinkarik at the referee's crease. Gave the 2 minutes up there for Kyle Moore already. Nothing has been listed on the sheet as of yet. Right now, the only 2 minutes they have up there is for Kyle Moore. But the face-off is outside. It's not going back in the River Dragons end or the Rock Lobsters end, so that indicates to me eventually this is going to even up. I think they're just trying to make sure that they've got it together. It looks like 4-on-4 is the indication. Oh no, Johnson just got 5 minutes up on the board on his side. This is going to be the ever so rare 3-minute major power play for Columbus by the time it's all said and done. Kyle Moore is going to sit his 2. The 5-minute major for Johnson will tick its way down, and then Columbus will get 3 minutes of that major. 4-on-4 right now, though, as the River Dragons move in. Here's Ryan Hunter with a shot. He just missed on the stick side, and the puck escapes McDonald out to center. So a chance for Columbus to really turn the momentum in the game. Trying to pick up the calls here. Moore got 2 minutes for roughing. There's a chance in front. Lavalier the save. And I'm pretty sure they did say 5 for fighting for Johnson. So that does work out for the River Dragons. Columbus has looked good 4-on-4. And again, then they get that 3 minutes of a major power play. Yep, that's what it was. They gave Johnson 5 for fighting for throwing the punches. Wickline, Hatcher, Slahetka, and Plouffe out there. Hatcher trying to back up to give himself some space here. Wickline trying to win that draw back to him. Instead, it's won back into the corner by Shinkarik. Tied up in the corner. Slahetka pulls it free. Looking to wrap it around into the slot. He lost the handle on it. Plouffe cuts over. And now Shinkarik trying to escape past him. Left sider Shinkarik, but he had a poke checked away. Columbus can turn quickly with numbers up the right side. Here they go. Wickline wheeling into the high slot, feeds across. Slahetka has room. Wrist shot tipped on the way in, and it goes into the pads of Lavalier. And he holds on. So 59 seconds left in this 4-on-4. And then the River Dragons to that 3-minute major power play. Wickline, Hatcher, Bockwell, and they're going to throw Lynn back off and make Underwood get back out there. Slapped into the near corner again. Wickline trying to get after it behind the net. Oja leaving it for Milan. Milan up the near side. Papa Petros will move it ahead before Weisblatt throws it back to Milan, who's back there and skates it up himself. Cuts in over the line. Milan tried to walk in, and that one was deflected away to the corner by Underwood. Good patience with the stick there. Athens able to keep it in down for the right pointers. Papa Petros. He'll throw it Weisblatt around the rim to the left side. Oja steps up, keeps it in. Behind the net, Bach will knock down. Weisblatt centering. Here's Milan, lets it go. Tip to the glass. River Dragons on it. And now Columbus to center. Bringing it in. Underwood leading the rush. Left side. Here's Hatcher cutting in, and his shot went high glove. Ends up around the glass, but now fed to the far side. Thornton into the slot. A shot, right pad save. Lavalier on Hatcher moving across. River Dragons changing the lines. Hatcher deflects the puck. It stays into McDonald. His shot, and he missed blocker side. River Dragons now on to the power play. 3 minutes of a major here for Columbus. Let's see if they can cash in as it's cleared to the line. A bouncer that Thornton keeps in. Feeds it over to the far side. Kyle Moore backhands it around the wall. Hunter could only slow it down as it's fed back towards the point. Moore keeping it in. His shot hit Weisblatt, knocked him down. Moore back on it again, lets it go, and again it's blocked, and Moore on it one more time, and now it's cleared out. Weisblatt trips down Moore as the River Dragons move back in the other way, and I can tell you they are not calling a lot of the extracurriculars in this one. Thornton, left point Hunter. Down to Thornton. Thornton back to the left point Hunter. Over to the right side, now to the slot, off the heel of the stick of Slahetka, digging for it. He chops it into the corner. McDonald around to the right side. Here's Thornton. Crowd getting into it for Athens. Right side, Thornton. McDonald rotates to the half wall. Lets it go. Save Lallier, and he holds on. Again, not a high degree of difficulty here on the chances, but I like that Columbus is starting to get some more pucks to the net here. They have 1:56 of time left in the major power play with 8:37 to go in the second. 3-0 Athens. We're back with more in a moment. This is Game 2, River Dragons playoff hockey.
Hey everybody, I'm Slayton at Zelmo's, and just want to take a second today to tell you a little bit about our new fuel and in-store rewards program. All you have to do is text 78500, just text Enroll Zelmo, you'll see it at the bottom of your screen. And it's as easy as signing up. You can do it from home. You get to your pump, hit Zelmo's Rewards, type in your phone number. As soon as you do that, you'll see the price roll back at the pump. That's 3 cents a day off every gallon with up to 25 cents off on special occasions. So join today and start saving.
Hey, my name is Justice, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nugget trays is when it's time for football season and time to have the boys over, Chick-fil-A was it. You bite into it and it's juicy, you got flavors popping. Oh yeah. On any DAY, I need CFA.
Hey y'all, my name is Soraya, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is how easy it is. That convenience of being able to order through the app is just unmatched. When I place that tray down, those nuggets won't be there for long. Everyone loves them.
Back on River Dragons hockey, Tom Callahan here with you. Game 2 of this Continental Division semifinal series. It's a best of 3. Columbus won game 1, 7-4 on Wednesday night. Back home in Columbus, game 2 here tonight so far going in favor of Athens, 3-0. Just past the halfway point of the game, 8:37 to go in the second. 1:56 left in a major against Malik Johnson, who decided he was going to throw punches with Kyle Moore. Moore did not retaliate, so Moore got 2 for roughing and Johnson 5 for fighting. River Dragons win the draw, and they will try to continue to go to work here. Jemayev had the old jersey grab there by Kolatarsi, couldn't get to the puck. Here's Slahetka back onto the wall. Jemayev up top, getting it back from Hatcher. Jemayev walks in, fanned on a shot. Kolatarsi with a backhand clear, and now Milan racing Thornton. Thornton taking the angle on him and knocked the puck away. Thornton has to get to the bench for a change after that one. Used up a lot of gas getting back, but a good defensive play. Puck just inside the line, diving clear by Virgili. And down the ice it goes. Won't get to Babin. Wickline. Fanned on a rolling puck, got it back though. It kicked ahead of him. Kolatarsi sends it right back down. Babin out to play it. Backhands it around to Slahetka. Pass on the right side, picked up by Weisblatt into the slot. Virgili, a shot and a right pad save. Good stop right there on a shorthanded chance. Babin sharp. Back the other way, River Dragons. Right side, Hunter. Pulled down as he goes into the corner. No call there. Papa Petros back the other way. He'll move in on the right wing side with a shot that's wide of the net. Time ticking down on this major, 30 seconds to go. Columbus trying to move in. Make something happen here. We get a whistle in behind the play and another penalty coming. It's going to be a hooking call. And it's going to be 5-on-3 for 21 seconds. Shinkarik going to the box for hooking. He doesn't like that one. .12:58, time of the penalty. So the River Dragons, yet another chance with the loft power play here. Still working on their second and now also a third. Milan on that draw win, able to turn it on down the ice. So Johnson's about to come out of the box here. 10 seconds to go in that major. He's up on his skates already, ready to come out, but the 5-on-3, maybe a quick setup here. Here's McDonald feeding it down to the side of the net. Storjahan over, Kyle Moore, back door, and it went between a couple of teal jerseys. Johnson out of it. Here's Moore moving down in with a shot. Save Lavalier. Johnson ran into his own guy Robertson there, and now hooked in front. Kolatarsi trying to kick it away from McDonald. He clears it out. Storjahan back after the puck. 6:20 and counting to go in the second. 3-0 Athens. Weisblatt picks off that pass as Johnson gives it to him on the right side. Johnson trying to cut in on goal. Puck in front. A shot. And Babin the right pad save. Back comes Thornton. River Dragons trying to move it. Here's McDonald into the slot over for the one time. Lavalier to his left. I don't think Storjahan got everything on that, but again, a save for Lavalier. Moving to his left with 54 seconds to go in this River Dragons power play. Jamaev talking to Wickline here. Hatcher also out there, along with Slahetka and Thornton. Jamaev's going to get thrown out of the draw. Wickline will come in for it. Wickline able to win it back. Slahetka has a screen, lets it go. Missed high glove. Left point, Thornton. Step up, try to keep it in. He does. Wickline tried to sweep it across. That one blocked by Virgili. Now he pokes it out. Trying to get it ahead to Milan. Milan up on the right wing side. Stops, feeds a roller back door. Too far for Virgili. Oja keeping it into the left side. Virgili in the corner. Thornton trying to knock him off. The centering feed goes all the way down the ice. That doesn't really hurt Athens, though. Papa Petros is back on it. And now he'll send it the other way. Cut off by Hatcher at center as he knocks it down. They say it was played with a high stick, but Hatcher's the one who knocked it down, and he's the one who went back and played it. Play should have continued. They're going to have to drop it outside the zone. But Athens wanted it all the way down, saying it was intentional, but Hatcher's the one who knocked it down, and then he went and played it. If anything, this puck should be dropped on the dot at center. One back, Oja on the left side, dumping it in. Johnson going into the corner to go get it. He and Block will collide. Puck free to Underwood, and it's sent down the ice now. 8 seconds to go, and Shinkarik will be out of the box. Columbus will drop to 0 for 3 on the power play. Dumped all the way in on Babin. He's just going to elect to take a knee, and now Johnson runs into Babin. Very casually running the goaltender there by backing into him. Fires the puck the length of the ice. Lavalier just lets it go. So we get a lot of wrestling here to the side of the River Dragons net. Johnson is not going to go into the penalty box, I think. And now he and Babin having a discussion, and the referee trying to get in there. But I can't believe they're going to let that go for Johnson just literally running into Babin. Maybe they're not. Maybe he's going in. And he is. So Glukariev is in. Blockwell is in. Johnson is in. The thing that you have to consider is that this game is one bad play away from really getting out of hand. And that's one of the issues here. Of course, Columbus, they're kind of between a rock and a hard place, right? You want to respond, you have to respond. And come back at the Rock Lobsters, but you don't want to put them on the power play. And certainly if you continue to take the bait, that's not going to help your chances for coming back in the game either. So this is really a difficult situation, but Athens has had the upper hand physically in this game. And also psychologically, they've been trying to get in the Columbus kitchen and really do some damage here, and it's up to the River Dragons to not let them do it. So right now, the only penalty that's up on the board is 2 minutes to Johnson. So again, Columbus going on to the power play here, which is brought to you by The Loft. The Loft features live music every Friday and Saturday night in downtown Columbus. Show your River Dragons ticket stub for a 2-for-1 deal on cover. Only at The Loft, proud partner of River Dragons hockey. So the River Dragons now their fourth chance here. Boy, one goal would be so big for the Columbus mindset. Storjahan and Milan both jump early. Storjahan wins that draw back. Underwood over. There's a chance in front. They score! Alex Storjahan with a power play goal on the deflection. Right off the draw. 3 seconds, a power play marker. And Columbus is on the board. Storjahan's third of the playoffs. 15:02 time of the goal. And boy, Columbus really needed to convert on that power play, because otherwise Athens has no reason to worry about going into the box, but now they do. So McDonald will pick up an assist on that one as well. We'll see who they give the second one to, as the River Dragons now on the board. And a big hit there by Greco as he knocks over Somro. Bersani in, and I believe they whistle it down offside. And now Greco in the corner talking to Doherty. The linesman getting in between them, and now Somro has something to say to Greco about it. Now Shinkarik over there. The other thing you kind of wonder is Shinkarik putting the stick into Somro there as he tries to escort him around the linesman, and now Lynn comes over to talk to Shinkarik about him getting the stick in there. While they sort it all out, we're going to take a TV timeout. 4:49 to go in the second. 3-1 Athens in the lead. River Dragons back on the board. Power play goal for Storjahan. We shall return with more River Dragons hockey.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Follow the signs and discover your next adventure in life. Nestled right in the heart of Old Town on Queen Bee Drive is a Legacy Reserve at Old Town. At Legacy Reserve, your retirement is whatever you want it to be. Be active, be flavorful, be free, be alive. Don't just live life, live a legacy. Call or visit our website for more information. Try out our virtual tour online today.
4:49 to go in the second period. 3-1 Athens in the lead. Tom Callahan here with you. Caden Sturgis spinning the dials to my left here, producing this one here tonight. Game 2 between Columbus and Athens. River Dragons win tonight. It's over. Athens trying to extend the series. Columbus will dump it in from center around the rim. Lavalier out to cut it off back there. He fires that rolling puck up the far glass. Chopped down ahead. And Smith out of the zone. Shinkarikal bringing ahead. Murray in with him. Shot in on goal and a save Bavin. He holds on. Murray and Lynn talking it over at the side of the net. They still don't have the penalties up, by the way, from before. I'm waiting for those to all show up. Now they do. All roughings from that whole setup that ended up in the River Dragons' latest power play and therefore first goal of the game. Drawing back to the point, a shot, Papa Petros save there. Rebound, back door is wide open, and it's Johnson who's got his second of the game. .34. Time of the goal is Athens taunting the River Dragons bench on the high five line going by. That's not going to sit well. As if you needed any more animosity. At center, we have a lot of pushing and shoving and whacking and hacking, but nothing comes out of it. River Dragons dump it in here. But that one just skipped wide of Lavalier. Fed up the glass. Hatcher on the near side trying to knock that one free. Hatcher with the puck in his skates takes the hit. And now it's away to Johnson. Both Hatcher and Papa Petros taking swings at each other, and the referees are letting them do it. Puck onto the near side, and now here's Gallant trying to feed it into the slot. Pass blocked, but it came back to him. Gallant feeds it across. Babin to his left. Big save on Virgili. Wickline behind the net, trying to pull it away from him. Onto the right side, River Dragons skated ahead. Here comes Columbus. Hatcher it over the line. That one is sent back in behind the net. Storjahan rubbed out by Robertson. He's the only one up there. Everybody else was out. Virgili, right side to Gallant. Turning it back, McDonald will flip a backhand into the corner. Ryan Hunter moving up after it, in against Robertson. Robertson onto the near side. Moore wrapping his man up, puck across. Ooh, look out, that one's going out of play. 3:14 to go in the second period, 4-1 Athens. Moore doing a very casual drive-by, awful close to Lavalier in the Athens crease, who's not paying any attention to him. Of course, those guys former teammates from Lavalier's time last year and even early this season with Columbus. Ryan Hunter being told to back up. Face-off one back, Oja on it. Kolatarsi trying to move it ahead. Swept over to the near side. Oja dumping it out to center. Tied up there by Thornton. And moved ahead now by Russell. Russell up on the right wing. Gets around Lind into the corner. Centering. Oh boy, went right off a skate on goal. And now Weisblatt with a chance in front. That was stopped. He'll wrap it around to the far side on his own rebound. Feeds Kolatarsi. Fakes. Wrists it low. Looking for a kick off those lively dasher boards. Columbus saw that coming though. Puck back into the corner. Thornton trying to bounce off that check. Weisblatt down there. Centering towards Milan, but cut off by Kyle Moore, who's hooked up trying to play that puck. The stick work continues in this one. Weisblatt near side, skips around to check. Plays it back behind the net. Milan, he's run into by Thornton. Moore over there. Can't get to the puck. Lynn trying to pull it out of that pile. It bounces to the side of the net. River Dragons looking to move it ahead as it's fired the length of the ice. Left side, here's Hunter after it. Oh boy, Lavalier had to play it away. Ryan Hunter was angling for a scoring chance. Stafura back the other way. 2 minutes to go in the period. Backhands it to the front of the net. It goes right out the other side. There's a chance in the slot. Shinkarik is stopped by Babin, and he'll hold on for the whistle. It's a game that resembles a little bit more football or perhaps rugby than hockey right now. There is an awful lot of holding and even a little bit of light tackling going on out there. Babin is actually coming over to the bench. I think he might have an issue with the helmet, or are we taking immediate timeout here? Babin, looks like the mask is okay now. He's going to get back down there, but yeah, the two teams went to their benches like we were taking immediate timeout. 1:53 to go in the second, 4-1 Athens. Not really sure what the story was there, but faceoff will come to the near side here. River Dragons trying to win that defensive zone drawback. They do. Underwood pressured, got it around to Blockwell. Boy, a lot of bodies hitting the ice. Somro with a bank to the line, cut off. Shinkarik will hold it in. On the left side, a shot. That one is deflected in behind the cage. Bersani up with it. And he'll move it on to the left wing. Pushing in is Jamaev. Jamaev, off-angle chance, blockered away by Lavalier. Down to the right point, Underwood keeps it in, and then going to throw a absolutely huge hit there, and getting the worst of his own hit was Smith. Chance in on goal, tipped, Lavalier save, and now a penalty coming up as Somro was hit in front of the net. And the River Dragons are going back to the power play with 1:20 to go here in the second period. I will say this. If Columbus can turn this mental game back against Athens and get them into the box, now number one, they do need to convert those chances. But number two, this is how they can get back in the game. And right now, it's interesting to me that Athens is being so aggressive. I understand they have a 3-goal lead, but I'm a little surprised at that. River Dragons onto their 5th The Loft power play, where they're 1 for 4. The Loft features live music every Friday and Saturday night. Show your River Dragons ticket stub for a 2-for-1 deal on cover only at The Loft, proud partner of River Dragons Hockey. Columbus controls the faceoff. And stepping in, Underwood knocked down, but it goes over far side. A shot, Lavalier the save. And now Milan goes right after Storjahan, and Storjahan's had enough. They wrestle with the gloves on. Milan throwing some glove punches, and now Storjahan drives him down to the ice. And those two are definitely going to the box. Gloves didn't really come off until the very end, so probably just roughing. As a matter of fact, Storjahan still has both mitts on. He's going to be shown to the locker room, as is Milan, with only 1:13 to go in the period. But if I'm Columbus, I'll take that trade all day long. Although Storjahan has been the leading scorer here in the playoffs, maybe I won't. Maybe it's even. Moore and Johnson are just talking in behind the play here, and I'm sure that's an entertaining conversation. Johnson just hit Moore in the seat of the pants with a slash. Moore took a wave back at him. The faceoff is being moved outside, and I think it's because the defenseman came in from the point in the scrum. River Dragons still have the power play here. There's 1:13 to go in the period, 1:54 in the power play. I don't think it is a game breaker if Columbus doesn't score before the end of the period, but it would be really important. And Hatcher just got hit by Johnson at center. He's down. He just got two-handed by Johnson. He's trying to get to the bench. He can't even get up. Oh my goodness. How was that not called? Turned over to Johnson down low. There's a shot and a save by Babin. You've got to be kidding me on that one. River Dragons reverse it around. Hunter steps out of a hit. Nash Hatcher is an absolute agony on the River Dragons bench. Tipped on in by McDonald into the left side corner. Wickline around after it, and Nash Hatcher's been a very impactful rookie for the River Dragons. As Moore pressured, trying to move it ahead. Time ticking down to the period, 19 seconds. Columbus in over the line. That's Hunter moving it around to the right side. Wickline off his skates. It'll be jammed down the ice by Shinkarik. That's pretty much it for the period. Hatcher is still doubled over at the bench. And Shinkarik will pin it. The period comes to a close. Boy, I hope that was on camera. Because if there is a game 3, I can't imagine Johnson being here for it. Now you got to keep an eye on Trevor Babin coming across center. Having to navigate through, but his teammates escort him through. Wow. Jerome Bichard very upset. I'm not really sure they can hear him yelling over the music, but they could absolutely see him. River Dragons are going to carry over 40 seconds of power play time. It is 4-1. Rock Lobsters in the lead after 2. And for the River Dragons, boy, this is a gut check time here. Couple of reasons, but first and foremost, knowing that you've got 20 minutes left in this one, you're certainly not throwing in the towel, but there needs to be some tone setting for tomorrow night. Columbus just in a difficult situation right now, but not an untenable one. There's certainly something they can do here to make things a little better for themselves. But again, the hard part is knowing if you're Columbus, the way things have been going right now, this River Dragons hockey team, it's hard. You're in a very difficult position. You don't want to take the bait, but you also want to have a response. And it's a fine line to walk. Things are starting to be called against the Rock Lobsters, but now the power play's got to click. So you're down 3 after 2. Let's see if Columbus can get things going their way. Into the second period intermission we go, and we will have a scoring wrap for you. Plus, a look back at that Elmo Zippin out-of-town scoreboard, let you know how things are going there. Stay tuned, more coming your way. This is River Dragons hockey.
Sure, a meal like this is an option, but why would you settle for less? When you can...
This winter, don't let your heating system leave you out in the cold. At Air Force Heating and Air, we are committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or a new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you. Residential and commercial, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
all dream. But dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability. So for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place. It's the way we do business.
And we're back here in the second period intermission report on River Dragons hockey. 4-1 Athens leading this game after 2 periods of play. And it has turned even more physical than the end of game 1. And things, actually all of game 1 was pretty physical. But tonight, Athens on the leading edge of the physical play. And they've carried it to the River Dragons for 2 periods. Columbus did manage to get back a goal in that period. However, coming in trailing 1-0, the River Dragons gave up the first 2 in the period. The first at 4:17, Malik Johnson with his first of 2 on the night from Gallant and Greco. And that made it 2-0 for the Rock Lobsters. Then Carter Shinkarik at 5:11 from Stafora. And so 2 goals within 54 seconds. And now Athens vaults out to a 3-0 lead. Columbus would chip back into the lead, though. 15:02, a power play goal for Alex Storjahan. His 3rd goal of the series from McDonald and Underwood. And Columbus at least gets on the board, but then they give up a late one. And a matter of fact, just 32 seconds later, big response goal for the Rock Lobsters. Johnson, his 2nd from Papa Petros and Virgili. And that is how we leave this second period scoring. It's 4-1, Athens in the lead. Now, a crazy amount of shots for both sides in that period as Athens records 18 and 16 for the River Dragons, who had the benefit of 4 power plays in that frame. They score on 1 of them, and that's where they're at now, 1 for 4, with the 5th one carrying over 40 seconds into the 3rd period. No power plays to the Rock Lobsters, but they are 1 for 1. They scored very early in the game. Their first goal, 3:11 in, was a power play goal for Glukaryov. And so that's where we're sitting right now. Talked about it after the first intermission. It's kind of the same mission here for the River Dragons coming out in the second. And again, I talk about this delicate balance because you want to have a physical response. You want to not get pushed around by Athens, but you also don't want to retaliate because you want to take the power plays. Now, again, it's up to the power play to make Athens pay for going into the box. And I actually am a little bit surprised that Athens is continuing to take penalties. I think the word's got to come down, and probably will, in the locker room here for the Rock Lobsters in the second intermission, that they need to chill out a little bit and just kind of bring it down. And pushing and shoving's okay, getting in a guy's face is okay, but giving them that extra shove, that knockdown that's sending you to the box, they want to eliminate that if they want to keep this lead. Meanwhile, again, for Columbus, that's exactly what the River Dragons need to perpetuate. They really do need to get into the face of Athens, goad them into more penalties, keep them off balance as much as possible, and keep them focused on the wrong thing, which in this case is the rough stuff. If they're able to keep the focus of the Rock Lobsters there, it should be a lot easier for the River Dragons down the stretch. So fingers crossed, hopefully that is exactly how this 3rd period goes for Columbus as they try to make up a 3-goal deficit. We'll take a break here in the second period intermission report. When we come back, we will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Zelmo Zip, and stay tuned, more coming your way. This is River Dragons Playoff Hockey.
Follow the signs and discover your next adventure in life. Nestled right in the heart of Old Town on Queen Bee Drive is a Legacy Reserve at Old Town. At Legacy Reserve, your retirement is whatever you want it to be. Be active, be flavorful, Be free. Be alive. Don't just live life, live a legacy. Call or visit our website for more information. Try out our virtual tour online today.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragon's trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique Boat and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, vectorply.com.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Hey everybody, I'm Slayton at Zelmos, and just want to take a second today to tell you a little bit about our new fuel and in-store rewards program. All you have to do is text 78500, just text enroll Zelmo, you'll see it at the bottom of your screen. And it's as easy as signing up, you can do it from home. You get to your pump, hit Zelmos rewards, type in your phone number. As soon as you do that, you'll see the price roll back at the pump. That's 3 cents a day off every gallon with up to 25 cents off on special occasions. So join today and start saving.
And we are back 2 periods into it. Columbus and Athens going head-to-head here, game 2. It's 4-1 Athens after 2 periods of play. It's time for us to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Zelmos Zip. And Zelmos has been fueling life's passions since 1999. Well, over at McMorran Arena, Port Huron and Danbury are now tied at 2, heading into the 3rd period of that game. Binghamton with a 2-1 lead over Watertown. That game is late in the 2nd period, so Watertown hanging in there pretty good. Carolina, meanwhile, has opened up a 5-1 lead on the road against Blue Ridge. That is towards the end of the 2nd period of that one. In the NHL, everything starts tomorrow for the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs at 6 o'clock Eastern. Blues at Jets, 8:30 Avalanche at Stars. Major League Baseball, we've got some finals. One game postponed. That was Nationals at Rockies. Cubs 13-11 over the Diamondbacks. And actually, that is the only final. Everybody else is still going on right now. Jays 3-1 over the Mariners, end of the 7th. 7-2 Phillies over the Marlins, bottom of the 8th. Top of the 8th inning, Tigers 7-1 over the Royals. Still 1-0 Yankees over the Rays. That game has moved to the top of the 8th inning. Bottom of the 7th, you've got the Guardians 10-3 over the Pirates, also bottom 7. Cards, Mets tied at 3. 9-2 Red Sox over the White Sox, end of the 7th inning. 8-1 Reds over the Orioles, top of the 7th. Also in the top of the 7th inning, Twins 4-1 up on the Braves. End of the 4th inning, Dodgers 1-0 on the Rangers. Top of the 4th, Astros 4, Padres 1. Bottom of the 3rd, Athletics and Brewers are scoreless. And the late game tonight, 9:38 Eastern Time, first pitch, about a half hour away. Giants at the Angels. Here it's 4-1 Athens in the lead, trying to close it out and force a Game 3 tomorrow night. Columbus wants to rally. They've got 20 minutes to find at least 3 goals, if not more. Come on back and join us. This is River Dragons Playoff Hockey. Welcome home to the Trails at Flat Rock, featuring professionally managed new and renovated apartment homes with unique floor plans. Trails at Flat Rock features washers and dryers in every home, a picnic and pool area with grills, playground, fitness center, and more. We're pet friendly and are located right next to Flat Rock Park. We even have a car wash on property, plus garages and storage units available for rent. Call 706-909-2423 or visit trailsatflatrock.com to see your next home.
We work, sleep, eat, work, repeat. This is how we spend the majority of our time. And time is supposed to be one of the most precious treasures we have, right? Time together with friends and family doing the things that we want to do. And of course, we have to provide. But the life we're providing is supposed to be more than just food and shelter, isn't it? How about experiencing more of the things that we like to do with the people that we love? The truth is that this is what people rank as their highest value. Leisure time with friends and family, travel time, unique experiences and beautiful memories. If you ask anyone from virtually any culture what they wish they had more time to do, it's to see new places, experience new things, amazing experiences, and share those with the people that they want to be with. It's all about quality of life. But somehow we just don't take seriously the importance of our leisure time together, do we? In fact, did you know that every year we give away more than 1 million years of our vacation time? That's right. That's more than 21 years a second, to be clear, given back in paid vacation time that we don't take advantage of. Why do we do that? Why do we not take advantage of our leisure time at leisure? And let's face it, too much of our time today is being spent with a small device in our hands, looking at a small screen instead of the big open sky or mountains or beaches or creating new memories. And today, we live in a subscription-based society, don't we? So many of these services are vying for our time and money. Subscription movie services, TV services, grocery services, gym memberships. And that's okay because it's convenient, right? But what about all those missing, amazing experiences and the memories that they create? You see, quality of life is more than what we do on the couch. What about those other important aspects, too, of our experience in everyday life? You know, how we feel, literally how we physically feel today and every day. And of course, we want to look our best as well. So some of that leisure time and disposable income is going towards these categories as well. So what if I told you that there was a club that was just as convenient, but delivers the best life has to offer every day, everywhere, and in every way that you want? This is exactly what we do at Club Viago.
And we are back getting ready for third period action. Tom Callahan here with you in Athens at Akins Ford Arena. Rock Lobsters 4, River Dragons 1, heading into the third. Let's see if the River Dragons can rally. They will start with 40 seconds of power play time to their credit. They're going to go with McDonald, Moore, Hunter, Underwood. And I'm guessing Storjahan. Well, actually, no. Storjahan's going to start the period in the box. He picked up a late minor in conjunction with Milan. So let's see who they're going to fill in with out there. It's going to be Nash Hatcher. Hatcher, a little worse for wear after a stick to the groin towards the end of the second period. And to be helped off the ice, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Jerome Bichard had a moment or two or three with the referees before the start of the period. Draw is down, and it's scooped back by Athens. Ryan Hunter trying to get to it. Johnson will send it down the ice. Babin won't leave it. And Columbus looking to move it ahead. Here's Underwood. On the right wing side, Underwood carrying it deep. Trying to cut around behind the net. Colatarsi. On the left side, Hatcher feeding it down on the boards. Ryan Hunter had it knocked away, and now back up the right side. Here's Johnson. Hatcher on him. Puck behind the net. Johnson tried to steal it away there, but instead Underwood picks it up. Underwood leaving it for McDonald. Dragons to the line, and the power play comes to an end. Hatcher keeping it in at the blue line. Trying to work his way in, puck into the slot, and that one is just going to be gobbled up by Lavalier as it continued to drift in towards the net. Slide down to his right about 5 feet and flops the mid over it. Jamath out at center here. Bersani stationed back towards the top of the circle to his left, expecting this draw to come back towards him here. Somro on the right side with Lind and Thornton on defense. Puck bouncing in the circle, fed to the point. Thornton looking for a seam, and oh boy, that one didn't miss by much. Lind on the right side, playing it around. And Somro in the corner, tied up, trying to kick it free over there. Greco falls down as Jamath pushing back up the near side. Now try to loop it behind the net. Greco helps it around, but down for the left point. Thornton will feed it. Somro after it. Somro pulled down by Shinkarik. And we get a whistle. They say hand pass, and the face-off will come back out. On the other side of the Rock Lobsters blue line. Jamath in across from Shinkarik here. 1:15 into the third period. Going back towards Thornton. From center, the Rock Lobsters trying to move it ahead. Here's Lind to his left. Looking to skate this one ahead, flips it on into the zone. Greco chasing after it, watched by Lind. They go to the wall together. Played around to the near side. Somro stepped up on it, trying to hold that one in. It comes out to center. Thornton on it, quickly over to the left side. Lind will step in on the wing. Tied up there. Smith tried to turn it back off the glass, and it goes out of play. Is that delay a game, or was it deflected? They say deflected, so face-off will stay inside, but no penalties. Greco backhanding the puck around to the right side. Plouffe pinching, cannot keep it in. Slahetka has to swing it away to center as he was pressured there. Back on the right side, Plouffe will fire it around the rim. Here's Wickline on the left side. There's a quick shot coming in, blocked in front. Clear to the line, Slahetka with a rolling puck, and that one is blocked onto the right side. Wickline trying to get in there after it. Puck onto the left wing circle. Slahetka down low, his shot, and again finding shin pads. Athens doing a good job getting in front of pucks right now. Down the ice it goes. That'll be an icing call with Plouffe after it for the touch. And that icing brought to you by Air Force Heating and Air, where right now you can get a furnace tune and AC inspection for only $79. Book your appointment by calling 706-882-8888 or go to airforceheatingandair.com. Shots are 33 for Athens, 22 for Columbus. 4-1 on the scoreboard in this game, too. With an Athens win tonight, we come back here for tomorrow night at 7:05. And a deciding game 3. McDonald, Hunter, and Moore out up front. Face-off bounced back. Moore trying to corral it, cannot. And up the right side, here's Virgili, but he couldn't get in past Bockwell. Played right back out to McDonald. McDonald on the near side, Moore off the glass, bounces high in the air. Hunter trying to sweep it ahead, had it poked back the other way. Johnson's pass deflected away by McDonald. He'll carry it back into his own end, feed it over to Underwood. Underwood to McDonald. McDonald ahead to Hunter. Hunter on the right side. Moore pushing it down. In behind the net, Colatarsi has run over behind the net, but the puck is cleared all the way out and down. A roller. Underwood has to go all the way back for it behind his own net. Leaves it off to Moore. Moore to the point, but not out. Kept in up top. Weisblatt's shot, Moore got in the way of that. Now another shot, tipped in on goal. Boy, Babin had to recover there. Looked like he got tied up with Johnson. He did make the save, but it was awkward. Johnson without his stick there into the corner. And now Johnson and Weisblatt run into one another. They were both trying to throw ahead, and they both missed. Lind on the left side, trying to drive in, curls, waits, looking for help. Slot, feeds it, Thornton, down low into the corner, off-angle chance for Ryan Hunter, and boy, he was at the goal line. That would have been a hope and a wish. Back into the Columbus end, Connor Lind moving over on a loose puck, surveying his options, rims it around to the far side. Jemaev scoops it out. Too far for Bersani, Weisblatt on it. Athens will turn it the other way. Thornton steps up at his own line. Lukariev trying to move it in, and now Thornton with it, and he couldn't get through Weisblatt. Jemaev stole it away from both of them. Plouffe back towards Jemaev in his skates. Tried to dump it in. Robertson cut it off and throws it back to the Columbus bench. River Dragons, Bersani, right side, will dump it in. Robertson avoids the check of Jemaev as he sends it around. Puck rolls out to center now. Plouffe on it again. He'll jam it off the glass at the line. Bersani stepped in and it was bounced back out. He's got to tag up. He'll just head to the bench for a change here. Hatcher coming out now along with Wickline and Doherty. Athens is happy to just run the clock down here as they reset this breakout. Long lead at center, picked off by Columbus, and that one turned back over. Slaheka wanted to move in, but the puck bounced on him. There have been a lot of bouncing pucks here for the two teams to deal with tonight. It's not settled very much, I can tell you that. Slaheka on the left side with a roller. Leaves it off for Hatcher, quickly across to Plouffe. Plouffe will back up behind his own net, watched by Smith. He goes out the right side. Plouffe skating it ahead. In over the line, Doherty was way in ahead of the play offside. That'll get us a whistle and a break. 5:24 into the third, 4-1. Athens in front. This is River Dragons playoff hockey.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Sure, a meal like this is an option, but why would you settle for less? When you can have the...
Back here on River Dragons hockey, it's 4-1 Athens. The River Dragons have 14 minutes and 36 seconds to find 3 goals to tie this game. Skating, throw the body there as the puck cleared back down towards Bockwell. Bockwell reaching for it. Hunter on the left side ahead to McDonald. Tipped on Moore, back to McDonald. McDonald curls, waiting for a little bit of help here. Has to backhand it down the wall to Moore in his skates. He flips it across to the left point. Bockwell up high, and the shot by McDonald is tipped into the netting over top of the net. The old jam play right there. And again, Athens, that was something they did pretty well in game 1, too, but just weren't consistent with it. But when they were very effective. Was getting sticks in the lane, blocking the passes, blocking the shots, just getting something, anything on it, getting appendage on it. Face off will be to the right of Lavalier. It'll be fed in behind the net as it's banked around, and Athens trying to leave the zone here. Lukariev out to center with it, onto the right side. Kolatarsiel swing it around to the near side corner. Milan banks it back far side. Kolatarsi down from the right point. Lukariev tied up. Comes free to Ryan Hunter. Hunter looking ahead. Feeds it back across to Underwood. Underwood just trying to get to the stripe, and his stick is chopped out of his hands there as he tried to dump it in. Actually chopped in half. Here's Hunter in with a shot. Kolatarsi blocked it. Boy, oh boy, that stick just absolutely disintegrated. Left side, here's Milan. Milan in with a shot. That is high over top of the net. Hunter on the left side, back to Kyle Moore. Moore with a backhand, and Weisblatt will send it right back in. River Dragons changing up the forward line. Right side, here's Connor Lind. Lind with the lead ahead at center. Took the bump, got it ahead. Storjahan into the right wing corner. Lavaliere's got to come out and play it. Patrick tried to meet him. Puck on the right side. Lind pinching down for the right point. Holds it in. Wickline into the high slot. A tip back. Storjahan with a shot. Blocked. Rebound to the right point. Lind shakes his check. Skates. Feeds it. And towards the front of the net. Blocked away there. Papa Petros got in front of that pass. Back comes Athens. Dumped in, and Babbitt's going to come out, try to play it, but he lost it, hopped away from him. Again, a lot of bouncing pucks tonight. Chipped up the near glass off a stanchion, kicks in Storjahan. He'll just get it over the line. And now Shinkarik, looks like the blade has come out of his skate. He's trying to one-foot it back to the bench. Back the other way. Athens trying to come up the left side. That one is dumped in around behind the net. And spilled down there is Virgili. And actually, now that I take a look at the bench, Shinkarik is getting talked to by a trainer, so maybe that was an injury, not a skate blade coming out. He managed to get himself all the way down the ice on his left foot, though. That was pretty impressive. Plouffe trying to keep that puck in up top. Slahetka does. Here's Doherty in the slot. Feeds it over the left side. There's a shot, and again blocked by Athens, who are now just doing a really good job folding down in front of their own net. As it's cleared out down the ice, this will be an icing call. 8:16 into the third, 4-1 Athens. That icing brought to you by Air Force Heating and Air, where right now you can get a furnace tune and an AC inspection for only $79. Book your appointment by calling 706-882-8888 or go to airforceheatingandair.com. And Shinkarik is going to come off the ice, favoring that right leg, so that must have been an injury. Yes, he is not putting any weight on that right leg. That's actually a pretty big loss for Athens. Shinkarik was playing forward, but he can also play defense, and he's a capable puck mover, distributor, probably the fastest skater on either team. Although maybe there's a couple of the young bucks for the River Dragons who might vie for that title. But that's a blow to Athens. So we'll see. All right, we're going to, looks like, are we taking immediate timeout here? Or are we have a shovel crew out there, and I'm not sure why. Now they're cleaning something up, it looks like, off the ice. But we are not going to immediate timeout. Not sure what they're trying to scrape, but... Well, that'll give me time to tell you about another one of our fine sponsors here, River Dragons Hockey. That was established in 1975. That's Sweetbriar Fine Cigars. They're Georgia's oldest cigar shop. Sweetbriar has the finest selection of fresh, imported, handmade premium cigars. Enjoy your favorite in our relaxed, comfortable seating area. There's also a full line of accessories and custom blended pipe tobacco. Ask about veteran and military discounts, the loyalty program, and volume discounts. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7. Sweetbriar is located in the upper level of the landings on Whitesville Road, just off Airport Thruway. Online at sweetbriarcolumbus.com. While they continue to scrape away on the ice down there, want to let you know that River Dragons Hockey is brought to you by Country Inn and Suites, the official host hotel of the River Dragons. By Pepsi, the official soft drink of the River Dragons. Zelmo Zippin, the official fuel provider of the River Dragons. By Air Force Heating and Cooling, the official home comfort partner of the River Dragons. And by Columbus Diagnostic, the official imaging center of the Columbus River Dragons. Whatever they're scraping, it is a lot of it. Was Shinkarik perhaps bleeding as he went off the ice? Maybe that is what it is. Looks like that is indeed it. So maybe, oh boy, I hope Shinkarik didn't get cut by a skate. That would be the most plausible explanation for him going off and them having to clean up a trail of leakage here all the way to the door. Boy, absolutely sending the positive vibes the way of Carter Shinkarik if that's the case. Man, I hope it wasn't big damage. Never want to see that. They got him off the ice pretty quickly there. So all this happening with 8:16 gone here in this third period. 4-1 Athens. Shots 34-23 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. Yeah, we do have confirmation that was actually Carter Shinkarik who was leaking as they took him off the ice. Man, hope he's okay. That must have happened in a collision behind the River Dragons net because that was where he kind of seemed like he was coming from, but not sure how that one happened, but hate the thought of that. Hate it. All right, back to play here. Face-off coming up to the right of Lavalier. McDonald in for it, tying it up on the draw, try to push it towards the net. Brings it out the near side, try to wrap it in front, had it blocked. Athens able to clear it out. Underwood's got to turn back after it. Bockwell coming over to try to help out. That is an icing as Bockwell was actually the one to be able to get back and win that race. Ooh, that was close. Icing will take the face-off back down the ice once again here. McDonald in for the face-off across from Virgili to the right of William Lavalier, who got the game one start, came out after giving up 3 goals in the first period on 7 shots. He gets the starting nod here tonight and getting a little bit of redemption so far. Moving up on the right side, here's Gallant into the right side corner, couldn't keep up with it, and now Bockwell caught Gallant in the head with a hit there, looked like. That's what's going to draw this call. I don't think Bockwell did that on purpose. I think Gallant was kind of down into the corner anyway, crashed into there kind of heavily, and I'm going to give him an elbowing call. I know Bockwell's not thrilled with that, but I get why they're making that call. But again, not intentional. The other reason they're making that call is because the power plays are 5-1 in favor of Columbus. And the pendulum's got to swing back the other way at some point. Rock Lobsters 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. This is their second chance. And just a combination of Gallant had his head down. Bockwell went in for the hit. Followed through with it. Face-off is won back. And Glukariev on the left side with it. Feeding it behind the net. Weisblatt is tied up. Point. Glukariev now left side to Gallant on the near half boards. Gallant. Glukariev over to the right side to Milan. Milan top of the circle. Try to feed it for Virgili. Went right through his skates. Gallant near corner. Weisblatt. Gallant. His shot, say Babin. And cleared by Bersani to the line, but not out. Kept in by Athens. Cross ice feed. Gallant. And looking for a tip. Puck down low. Oh, what a stop by Babin! Diving to his right. Trevor Babin got it with the glove. And Rob Weisblatt. Now in the corner. Thornton is hit from behind. No call on that one. Puck around to the right point. Milan keeping it in. Lukariev over Gallant. A shot save Babin, and he'll hold on. Thornton has still got a stick across his knees, trying to catch his wits. What a stop by Trevor Babin. Oh my goodness. River Dragons are going to put out Slahetka and Plouffe defensively, and it's Hatcher and Wickline on this penalty kill up front. Draw one back by Milan to the line, kept in by Athens. Here's Gallant going cross ice into the body of Wickline. Puck still made it through, but now Plouffe able to intercept in the slot, and he'll clear it down. Halfway through this third period. Athens with 40 seconds left on the power play. Gallant into the high slot. Feed for Weisblatt was into his skates. He hooks it into the slot area. Wickline can't clear. Gallant to Milan. Lukariev, Milan. Virgili, Milan. Virgili, far half boards. Milan in the corner. Cross ice feed, tipped out by the goal stick of Babin. That'll clear the zone. Lukariev leaving on the left side. Virgili. Lukariev down low. Again a pass in front. Deflected by Babin. Slahetka on a loose puck. Chance to clear. To the line, not out. Power play over. But the puck stays in. Milan on the left side. Centering feed, and that is turned over. Ryan Hunter. The other way, he's got McDonald with him. He'll flip it into the right side corner and try to go get it. Behind the net. Papa Petros. Chipping it ahead, but Thornton kept it in only for a moment, though. Now it's backhanded down the ice. Connor Lind trying to swing around behind his own net. Lind up the right side, protecting the puck. He's got speed, carrying it in. Right side, Connor Lind in with a wrist shot. Save made Lavalier, and he holds on. 8:39 to go in the third. 4-1. Rock Lobsters in the lead. Back with more Game 2 action in just a moment. This is River Dragons Hockey.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
Back here on River Dragons Hockey, Tom Callahan here with you. Don't forget, season tickets for the 25-26 season are on sale now. Visit the River Dragons office or call 706-507-4625 to join the Inside Edge Club. Payment plans are available. Benefits include merchandise discounts, buddy ticket vouchers, exclusive Inside Edge events, and a whole lot more. Again, give us a call, 706-507-4625, or come on down and visit and pick your seats out today. Well, not today. It's Friday night. No one's there. Come on Monday morning. Drawn to the left of Lavalier. It's one back to the point. Thornton on it. Looking for a seam here. His wrister's blocked by Weisblatt. Weisblatt skips it up the wall, and now right side there's Lukariev chasing a roller into the corner. Run into by Lind. Puck free on the near side. Milan centers, but right between his two players. And now Glukarev with a shot with a roller, and he kind of fanned on it. Puck still not out, though. Glukarev right side. Milan try to force it back across the ice. Oja down for the left point. Just sends it in behind the net. Milan knocked down by Moore. Thornton far side. McDonald will bank it back around to Lind. Lind will move it up the ice. Across to McDonald. He was picked up. The pass blocked and sent the other way. Milan stepped out of the way of a check, but lost the puck. Here's Lind back the other way. He's got McDonald with him. Lind moving into the slot. Toe drag in on goal. He scores! Oh, what a goal by Connor Lind! Oh my goodness, what a move. Backhand, forehand, high glove on Lavalier. That might be the prettiest goal of the year. And it's 4-2 with 7:45 to go. It's not over yet. Lavalier slow to get up. .12:15 time of the goal. Connor Lind end-to-end off the rush. Oh, that was an absolute beauty. For Lind, his first, second point. Right now, Lavalier still on one knee here, talking to the trainer. Referee comes over to investigate. He's all right. He's a hockey player. Checking the back of the neck there. Not sure if that was the sunburn from the goal light he was checking or not, but yeah, that reminds me of a story. So there used to be a goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens who got scored on a lot. And his name was Andre Rasico, and he earned the unfortunate moniker Red Light Rasico because that goal light went on behind him so many times. All those goalie sunburn on the back of your neck jokes, yeah, he got every single one of them. And believe me, I've heard them all too. I played goal for a long time. I have heard them all. There is not one you're going to bring me I don't know. Cleared down the ice as the River Dragons after it. Bockwell backing up on it. Doherty sends it around to the far side. Columbus looking to move it ahead. Here's Underwood on the left side. Underwood carrying it in on the right wing, cutting it over the line. He'll send it deep and go in after it. Greco after the puck, reversing it around. Jemayev trying to catch up with it. Johnson able to clear it down the ice. 7 minutes to go. Now Columbus needs 2. The gap a little more manageable. Doherty at center, cut off by Glukarev, but pushed in by Plouffe. Doherty up after it. They call it an unassisted goal for Lind as Columbus trying to reset quickly here through center. Bouncing puck, Nash Hatcher on the right wing side. Hatcher with a wrist shot. A big rebound is swatted away before Wickline could get a chance. Slahetka onto the left side. Hatcher cutting up top with it. Hatcher on the right wing, trying to drive around the wall. Behind the net, on the backhand. Hatcher slides through a check. Still with the puck out the far side. Finally lost it to Callahan. Back the other way. Here's Glukarev into the River Dragon zone, tied up in the corner by Slahetka. Plouffe into the pile as well. Moved up the wall. Storjahan to the line, not out. Set over to the near side. Papa Petro's shot is blocked, and a chance in on goal. Save Babin. Rebound jammed off the side of the net. Babin able to deflect it away. Plouffe kicks it free to the near side. Hatcher over to Wickline. Columbus could use a change here. They got to get the puck out of the zone, and they just do now. River Dragons better hurry on this change. Athens back to the attack. Left side, Virgili cutting in wide. Wrist shot tipped over top of the net by Plouffe. Kept into the right point with a long shot. Babin with a save there with a blocker. Plouffe again trying to move it ahead. And here's Ryan Hunter moving up. McDonald and Moore with him. McDonald on the right side. Back in front for Hunter, who had his stick held up by Kolatarsi. Roller up top. Moore. Quick shot. Ripped to the glass. Rebound goes right back up the same side. That was a strange kick. River Dragons unable to take advantage, however, as Thornton's got to go back after it. Play it over to the near side to Lind. Lind trying to move it up on the right side. McDonald Tipped in over and now right back out as Thornton at center. McDonald will fire it into the far side corner. Thornton going in to get it. Ties up the Colatarsi, puck free in front, but Oja there to take it away. Under 5 minutes to go now in this third period. We'll begin to keep an eye on the River Dragons net if they decide to pull Trevor Babin or not. Babin is calling to the bench, wanting to know. I think it's a little early, but he's ready. As Athens has sent it the other way. Here's McDonald trying to move it ahead. The crowd trying to get behind this Athens team. Greco back into his own end. Sends it back down and into the skates of Bockwell. Bockwell's going to go to the right side, stop, look for a little help, feeds Underwood. Underwood moving up, right wing, in over the line. Underwood, wrist shot, blocker save, and that one goes into the netting. 4:12 to go in the third. 4-2 Athens here in game 2. Does Columbus have a rally in them? Well, stay tuned, find out. We're back with the exciting conclusion of this one on River Dragons Hockey.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
.12 to go in the third period, 4-2. Athens in the lead. Trevor Babin remains in the net for the River Dragons. Now, I'm sure talked it over and have the plan in place for when they may pull Babin out. 5-on-5 here. We finally begun to calm down and play some hockey here in this third period. Quick line in for this face-off. Out there with Jemayev and Storjahan. Played around to the left side at the point, and it is moved out. Johnson will move ahead for Athens on the right side, curling with Wickline on him. Got it into the slot of backhand. Babin save. Johnson across with a shot save. Babin, and they score. The rebound put away by Stefura. And it's 5-2 with 3:56 to go in the third. The goal mouth scramble. The River Dragons unable to clear that puck out of there. Stefura's got his second goal of the playoffs. And again, Jerome Bichard in the ear of the referee over there. That's Rich Johnson he's talking to now, although earlier it was Corey Fossa. Now the referees are talking to one another in front of that referee's crease. Now they're going to back up into the referee's crease because they have an audience. I don't know what Bichard pointed out, but it's got to be something that could affect the outcome of whether or not this is a goal. Let's see here. He's going to get his explanation. That's Corey Fossa giving it to him. It is a goal. I wonder what the protest was. We might have to find out post-game here. Maybe bring it to you tomorrow night. But it's back to a 3-goal lead for Athens. They're up 5-2 as McDonald kicked out of the face-off, and Ryan Hunter in for it now. Athens will dump it in from center into the right wing corner. Mallant playing it to the near side. Lucaria shoving with Lind. Puck up to the point. Tarsi fanned on keeping it in. Hunter ahead. And now in behind here's Kyle Moore. Moore in to Hunter. Backdoor. McDonald scores! Justin McDonald. And it's a 2-goal gap once again. Columbus had Kyle Moore hanging out at the far blue line. Athens did not see him. It stretched out the D, and it's McDonald that puts it away. Hold the phone. That goal, 16:38. It comes 34 seconds after Stefura's goal. It's McDonald's second of the postseason. Well, this could get interesting. Here's Lind on the left side trying to wheel his way back in. Hunter gloves it down at the line, trying to keep it on side. And again now, the question is, what happens with Babbitt? We'll keep an eye on him as Thornton able to move that puck in. McDonald pressuring, can't get to it. Back in the other way, now here's a 2-on-1. Gallant in on the right side with the pass. Lind blocked it, and Columbus will turn it back. Here's Hunter at center, lost it to Johnson though, but that's a tired line out there right now for Columbus. Athens trying to take advantage. Gallant's pass to the back door, blocked by McDonald. McDonald ahead to Plouffe. Plouffe's going to lug it on the right wing. He'll drive in wide. Toe drag shot, blocked to the corner, and now Plouffe was low bridged in front by Papa Petros. Papa Petros clearing it around. Babin still in the net, looking to the bench for instructions. Not yet. Hatcher with traffic tries to feed it across. Left side up top. Slahecka lets it go, and a blocker save. Puck to the left corner. Ryan Hunter still out there. This is a long shift. Cross ice feed, banking towards the point. Picked up by Plouffe. And now there goes Babin. Plouffe in behind the net. 2:09 to go, and the net is empty. Athens trying to move it ahead. McDonald is the extra man. Kept in at the left point. Shot coming in. Deflects into the right side corner. Hatcher after it there. Trying to chop it back from Johnson. They both go down to the ice, and that one is fired way out of play off of Slahecka. With 1:51 to go here in the third. And now we got a penalty coming. And it's going to be against Nash Hatcher. Hatcher saying that Johnson somehow transgressed on him, but that's a killer right there. That's a tough penalty. Hatcher's going to get shown the gate with less than 2 minutes to go in this third period. Might have picked himself up a 10. $18:09. That doesn't kill any hope of a comeback, but it certainly makes it a lot more difficult. And if you're the River Dragons at this point, I mean, you're going for it on every single chance you get here shorthanded. Somro's going to go over and serve the 2 here, so it looks like Hatcher did get a 10. wow. He got a major. Hatcher. Well, now they've taken it. No, it's still up there. 5-minute major up there for Nash Hatcher. A 5-minute major for spearing, and it's a match penalty, so that's an automatic 1-game suspension. Puck into the netting, we get a whistle. Oh my goodness. So Nash Hatcher will not be eligible for tomorrow night's Game 3. It's an automatic 1-game suspension. Of course, the River Dragons can and likely will appeal. And Hatcher was the one who got speared earlier in the game by Johnson, and we'll see if anything's coming for Malik Johnson, but dumped from center by Bockwell. And with the major penalty, that'll last the rest of the game here. Here's Slahetka down the left side trying to push in. Columbus has to push shorthanded. They don't really have a choice. Just everybody all in on this, and honestly, you just got to sell out to try to make something happen. Here's Johnson back up the left side, moving in a shot, and that is sent high over the diving Underwood and ends up in the netting with a 1:03 to go into third.
We have another broken stick. Time for Judge South to come up and clear it up. For all your juggins, call Judge South at 855
Well, that is a difficult development here for the River Dragons towards the end of this one. Wickline, Plouffe, Hunter, and Lind out there. Face off to the left of Babbitt. 1:03 to go in this hockey game. And Game 3 will come tomorrow night at 7:05 unless Columbus scores twice. Here's Lind trying to find some magic again. And there goes Babbitt creeping towards the bench, and he will come out. So the extra man is out. Columbus, as McDonald runs into the linesman. Here's Plouffe up the right side. He's stuffed at the line, and Ryan Hunter deflects it only momentarily. River Dragons trying to bounce it away out to center. They do. There's a shot to the empty net, and that's gloved down by Thornton. Nice save. 5-on-5 with 25 seconds to go here. River Dragons are shorthanded, but they cough it up at center. Chance to the empty net, and it's missed. Stefora missed entirely. Weisblatt leaves it up top. Wickline the other way. Columbus has to hurry. Here's McDonald moving in with a wrist shot, and that one is tipped wide. Hunter towards the net, missed. Around it goes. Time's going to run out on Columbus as Underwood lets one go at the horn. And it's a 5-3 win in Game 2 for the Athens Rock Lobsters. So Game 3 will come tomorrow night right here at Akins Ford Arena at 7:05 p.m. We're going to go into the Pepsi postgame show. Stay tuned. There's more coming your way. We'll wrap up the scoring, take a look inside the numbers, and have a look at that out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Zelmo Zippin. Stay tuned. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Sure, a meal like this is an option, but why would you settle for less? When you can...
Every bite better with Pepsi.
Hey everybody, I'm Slayton at Zelmo's, and just want to take a second today to tell you a little bit about our Join Today and Start Saving.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique Boat and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, vectorply.com.
And we're back here at the Pepsi postgame show. Tom Callahan here with you as the River Dragons drop game 2 tonight by a 5-3 count. And let's take a look back at the scoring from this one. The first 3 goals of the game were scored by the Athens Rock Lobsters. Only one in the first period, a power play goal at 3:11. Lucaria, his third of the playoffs from Milan and Shinkarik. And Athens was out in front. In the second, they would score a pair of goals within a minute of each other. Johnson from Gallant and Greco, followed by Shinkarik from Stifora. And it was 3-0 at that point. Columbus did get back 1 goal at 15:02, a power play marker. Storjahan, his third from McDonald and Underwood. And River Dragons get on the board, but unfortunately they give one back just 32 seconds later. Malik Johnson, second of the game, second of the postseason from Papa Petros and Virgili, and it was 4-1 after 2. In the third, the River Dragons managed to close the gap at 12:15. A really nice unassisted effort by Connor Lind as he cut in from the left wing side. And deked over the left shoulder with a great shot just under the crossbar on Lavaliere. Made it 4-2 at that point. But then at 16:04, Stifora, his second of the postseason from Johnson and Smith. And then it was 5-2. River Dragons again closed the gap. Just 34 seconds later, Justin McDonald with a goal from Ryan Hunter and Kyle Moore to make it 5-3. And that, as it turns out, is your final score. Shots in the game, River Dragons by period 6 in the first, 16 in the second, 10 in the third for 32. And for Athens, 15, 18, and 9 for 42. Power plays, Rock Lobsters 1 for 3, and the River Dragons finish 1 for 5 with the man advantage. We'll take another break here in this Pepsi postgame show. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with a look back at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Stay tuned. That's coming up in just a moment. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Introducing New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, it's different.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
And we're back on the Pepsi postgame show. Tom Callahan here with you, taking a look back at this one as we put it in the books here. Game 2 goes to Athens, which means Game 3 tomorrow night right here at Akins Ford Arena, 7:05. Puck drop 6:50 on the pregame show. Now let's turn our attention to the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Zelmo's has been fueling life's passions since 1999. Port Huron has broken a 2-2 deadlock in a big way in the third period, and it is now a final. Prowlers 6-2 over the Hat Tricks tonight. This one also winding its way towards a final. Under a minute to go in the third period. Binghamton holding a 3-2 lead over the Watertown Wolves. We'll see if that one goes final before we leave the air here. And Carolina about to take care of business against Blue Ridge. They're up 5-2 with under 3 minutes to go in the third period of that game. No games in the NHL playoffs get underway tomorrow night with 2 series, Blues at Jets and Avs at the Stars. Baseball, some finals trickling in. One postponed game, Nationals at Rockies. And the Braves rally to beat the Twins 6-4. So Atlanta puts one in the win column. Red Sox 10, White Sox 3. Phillies beat the Marlins 7-2. Reds 8-3 over the Orioles. Yankees hold on to that 1-0 lead for a win over the Rays. 5-4 Mets over the Cardinals tonight. Other finals, Guardians 10, Pirates 7. 7-3 Tigers top the Royals. 13-11 Cubs over the Diamondbacks. And the Blue Jays top the Mariners 3-1. Game's going on right now, end of the 8th inning. Dodgers still up 1-0 on the Rangers. Bottom of the 7th, Astros 5, Padres 4. Brewers 3-0 over the Athletics. That's in the top of the 6th inning. And bottom of the 2nd, Giants Angels are scoreless. So we are going to come back and do it all again in a deciding Game 3 tomorrow night here from Akins Ford Arena. Hope you can join us for that one. Looking forward to it. It should be an incredible battle as these two teams will have 60 or more minutes to decide who moves on to take on the winner of Blue Ridge and Carolina. So for Caden Sturgis, I'm Tom Callahan. Thanks for joining us here. One more time, your final. Athens wins it tonight 5-3. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. This has been River Dragons Playoff Hockey.